right. Hello, viewers. Pleasure to see you on this fine eve. How are you all? Welcome back to another episode of Extremis. Whew, always a whirlwind adventure here. Sometimes quite literally. Where are we? We're back, safe and sound, relatively speaking, on the island of Macaw. Some big updates in case you haven't been, well, just as a reminder. Ashavar has the codex. Xia and Ashavar acquired it in Sinister, and Ashavar's been working a little bit on it. It'll take a few days to decode that doorway downstairs, but between Xia and Ashavar, they determined that if there's a written passage on there, if they read it, that grants them access to whatever's behind the door. Exciting. We had a delightful breakfast last session. Sinister orchestrated all the works, the table, the cutlery, the training for staff, for crew, and fine dining. Nice.
Wow.
It was beautiful. Xia regained some memories. And Cassius, you were very much like directing the crew and managing things. And while breakfast was being set up, I had you as the person that was going to collect Zug and escort him to the ship. Let's see. Liazana, there was something cooking with you. What am I missing, Liazana? Or was it just
that's what I was trying to remember. I don't think there was anything particular.
Okay.
I don't remember.
I think that you and Cassius, and I tried not to borrow Cassius too much, but I think that I felt Cassius would have asked you. I think I had him ask you, like, what's the plan? Like, where do you feel we should go from here? Are we going to Staffney Island, or are we routing, taking the extra few weeks or whatever, and routing throughout Mos Isles? And that he was going to support, it would be a vote or whatever, or he'd support you, but
yeah, because like I know that we had said that let's regroup at Macaw and get some stuff, because the trip to Staffney is going to take like forever.
Right. There's plenty you could restock here. Plenty of fresh animals. No, just kidding. Awesome. Let's see. And then, of course, Breelith at the end was following their new baby celestial dragon down into the forest. She found it playing with Gorg, and as she turned to excuse herself from Gorg and walk away with the celestial dragon across the back of her shoulders, it looked off in the distance, and she asked the dragon what they were looking at, and they gave Breelith a vision of seemingly flying through the center of a lightning storm. Very similar to the one that they flew through when that whole Omega Sea gravitated up towards the clouds and made a big funnel that they had to fly through. Lots of fun. So that's the recap. I don't have a good scene setter. I started working on something, and unfortunately, that was like 8 minutes ago, so it did not pan out. So there's a refresher, and from there we can get underway. You are on the island of Macaw. Ship docked, unloaded for the most part, as a little bit of time, at least an hour's gone by. I forget what time of day to get breakfast, so it's probably only, we'll say 11:13 and a half a.m.
Okay.
Just
Sounds specific.
Who got the inspiration? Did everyone roll inspiration?
Oh, I did not roll.
Question.
I rolled.
Ooh.
So
oh my goodness, we have our boost the stream up too. So for anyone in the stream that has
and I immediately
seed,
lost to Trish.
Oh, brutal! You shouldn't have said a damn
course.
thing. No. For any reviewers that have birdseed or channel points, please feel free or consider. You can boost our channel by donating up to like 2,000. It's just points you get by watching. It's it's all free, but it can put us up towards the homepage and stuff.
I'm mad.
Twitch. Ooh, what do we get
I'm
here,
so
Cassius?
upset.
That looked really, really good. Whatever it was.
So upset.
I finally beat her. Oh,
Excellent.
it feels good. It feels
Oh,
good, man.
hush. Oh, hush. Don't you even.
Oh, amazing.
Oh,
Take that.
oh, feels good.
I mean,
Rub
to
it
be
in.
fair,
Rub it
you
in. I'll
do
beat
get
you
the
next
last
week.
blow. Oh, sorry. He does get the last blow when he's not here.
Wow, 11:31. That's good. Oh, I see why. Yeah. Because 11:13 is
He literally
pretty.
flipped. He literally flipped the last two numbers.
I
Of the
can't
one that
believe
I had.
it. I can't believe it. Wow. I've never won anything in my life.
Incredible.
It's fantastic.
Oh, don't even.
I want to thank the dice on Fantasy Grounds Unity. Thank you so much.
That's amazing.
And that's it.
Did it.
Awesome. Okay. Nice. So I marked you off as having inspiration. You'll have the star in your character sheet in there, in case that helps. You remember. But I'll try and throw it out there if it becomes relevant tonight. We'll see. All right. So I guess checking around. Let me jump in with Cassius first. Do you have any thoughts on what you'd like to do? You've directed the crew so far. You've gotten to where they need to go. Work is
And we're
done.
still on Macaw, right?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think at this point in time, if the crew already got ready with getting the ship underway, we have enough food to last us for the trip. I think Cassius would just try to gather the rest of the group members to kind of see if they're ready to go, or if they still have stuff they need to do.
Okay. Yeah. All right. They all report in. I think Vic, as one in charge of the deckhands and stocking of the ship, will also resonate with some of your notions of right, Captain. So ship stocked. I think it could do with a bit of a proper cleaning and a restock while we're here. Have some supplies up in the tower, and we can always pick up some animals and fruits and berries and such down in the forest below. If that works, sir.
Yeah, I think we need to go do that. Cleaning the ship's probably going to be pretty important too, especially with that long trip. We don't want anything to weigh us down. Food is going to be a big thing. I'm kind of trying to navigate the food situation, because on one hand we brought some of the animals here to not die, but on the other hand we need food. So
Right.
it's like, do we start with the local fauna, or?
Well, upon our first survey, I think there's plenty of wildlife just from what was here before, at least to get us through the journey. There's only so long we can make the meat last. It'll be more about the vegetation and such, I think, for this sort of trip. Although it depends on where we're headed. If we're headed to Atmos Isles, we can always stock there. I think we have plenty to get us to Staffney Island as well, if you wish.
Okay.
Either is manageable.
I think we're gonna leave the animals alone then,
Right.
and we'll kind of just take the non-perishables that we have, or as close as we can get to our non-perishables, and then we'll restock when we get to a marina, and then maybe we'll get meat there. It'll be fresher, so.
Excellent.
And we won't feel guilty about killing, the animals we just tried.
It'd be a lot of work just to. All right, sir. If there's anything else, let me know. I'll put people to work on the ship currently.
Okay, and I'm gonna start gathering up everybody else, with the food situation getting handled currently.
I'm so sorry, I missed that.
Oh no, I was gonna
That was
see
a
if I
deep
could
problem.
gather up the rest of the crew.
Sure. The rest
Yeah.
come around. You've got Ash now. You have Charles and Charlie, the ghost and the ghost cat. Wisp, Kip, and Vic is still there. Gosh, is that everybody currently? Oh, and of course, Guardian. I'm like, there's someone else. There's someone with a big personality. Everyone comes up, and where would you like to meet? Just up on the deck?
Yeah, I think Cassius would like meet up on the deck with everybody beforehand.
Okay.
Like before we go, just to kind of like not like just to corral everybody in. And then Cassius will take like a mental head count of all the people that are coming through as well, so we don't lose anybody. He'll double and triple check.
Gotcha. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, they all line up. Of course, you're in this hollow, this cave. The entrance and exit being a large opening, maybe 80 feet tall by 45 feet wide, with just a waterfall cascading down outside of it. Your arcane airship is sitting docked in the water. Towards the back of this cave, runs maybe 1,400 feet or so back. It's light. The light is shining through still, the waterfall, and dancing off the water and the walls, and it's that cold chill in the air, bitter chill, winter weather. But everyone lines up. Head count. Is there anything you'd like to speak with anyone in particular about, or just sort of your due diligence? First name.
Did we get Ash?
Yes, she is joined.
Okay, just making sure that we got Ash. I think Cassius would put Ash to the side, and because she would probably be heading up like the majority of the ship maintenance now, because that's kind of like what she does. He would kind of just be like, hey, is there anything that we can kind of do now to prepare us for the journey coming ahead of us, like anything preemptive we can do with the ship?
Ooh, well, I would say that it depends, sir. If we're looking at a long haul, anything longer than a couple of months, we'd want to adjust some of the engine settings, set it more for endurance in the long haul than top speed and such.
Gotcha.
I think setting up a regular maintenance schedule with those in the know. I think Wisp will be fine, and I know you've picked up some mechanical know-hows, my understanding from.
Oh yeah, I can definitely be put on the maintenance schedule for sure.
Wisp was speaking very highly of your talent there.
Yes, I'm learning a lot. Like, but so with the regular ship schedule, setting the engines to endurance, we should be fine for our upcoming trip.
I'd say with this ship, sir, in all honesty, we can go just about anywhere. This thing is incredible. I'm only knee deep into it, but this thing is top of the line. This is incredible.
We really didn't know what we were getting the first time, because when we saw it, it was like covered in dust. It took us some time to like get it right, but
Ooh, really,
we didn't. Yeah, we really didn't know. Like this, we just found this ship.
I've got to hear that story at some point. Sir.
I'm actually super like amazed that it's in such working condition.
Right?
I was actually getting nervous.
Oh well, I'm relieved as well. Look, I do believe that we can get a lot more out of the ship. I think that even though it seems like it's much more impressive than modern day ships, I think this baby could do a lot more than what it's doing now. But you wait.
That's super exciting. Oh my god, Ash. Do you know how to set the engines to endurance or for
Sure
endurance?
Right.
Okay, because I don't know how to do that.
Understood.
Is that something that you could teach me?
I think so. It's a bit of a delicate process, but again, we spoke very highly of your ability to learn here and such, and your I believe he called it a gift in this here area of expertise. So, right, I do believe I can, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Ash.
My pleasure.
With that being said, I think we're good to go. I think I'm gonna check on the rest of the crew now, like the main crew.
All right, sir. You call me if you need me. Whew.
All right, appreciate it, Ash. Thank you so much. And then he's gonna look for everybody else to see if everyone's like okay and ready to go.
Oh, okay. Everyone seems pretty on point. It was okay. Guardians.
We're back at
ready.
the house.
Oh, you guys are back in the house?
I think Sinister is up in the room with the stage and all that, right? Was Sinister here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had just finished talking to Liazana,
Yeah, that's it.
and Relif's out there too, and I'm not sure where Xia is.
Xia
Or
was looking
Ashavar.
for Jolene's room.
Oh,
Since we
yes,
saw
it
it
is, yeah.
in the vision, we wanted to see if it still exists here in the island.
Okay. All right. In that case, I'll say everyone seems to be ready to go. Cassius Kip seems to be eager to have a nice hot meal for lunch at least, knowing that it's going to be, last for a bit if you depart. Otherwise, everyone seems to be prepared at least to perform their task.
Okay. And I think Cassius would head back to the mansion.
Okay. Let me check in on Ashavar next. Ashavar, were you last working on deciphering that door, or had you gone elsewhere? And what would you like to do?
Yeah, I would guess, still working on the door.
Okay. Right.
Because, well, very slowly, because I'm not that smart. But yeah, she does like puzzles, so
Nice.
it's fun.
Okay. If you want to make a fresh, what would that even be? Would it be? I'd say it's not really Arcana, but it sort of fits under here. I would say probably like a history check would be better,
Okay, I mean,
or a straight intelligence check if you would rather. But I think history is intelligence. So.
yes. Yeah. 16.
Okay, all right. So you're making decent progress. You're picking up some more of the structure of these symbols and counting it down. I would say you're probably pleased with progress down there at the very least.
Cool beans.
Okay. Between now and lunch in like a half an hour, do you want to do anything else, or just continue working on this until you're not?
Yeah, I'll keep working on this until it's about lunchtime and I get hungry. And
Okay. Let's
come back up.
Okay. Awesome. Let's check with Sinister. You just recently finished your conversation with Liazana. You're chill up in that nice comfy room. Is there anything that you'd like to do between now and lunch?
I think he would be feeling kind of depressed, and he needs his lunchtime wine and cake that he was supposed to be eating Breelith, and he's probably gonna be like looking for Breelith to try and get some cake because he
Nice.
told her she would have cake at breakfast, and cake never came.
That's right. Excellent.
Oh, all right. I need cake and wine. Where's Breelith and little dude?
Nice. You know what? If you're looking for them, you're welcome to do like an investigation check, like asking about and stuff. Maybe someone spotted her, maybe a crew member or something. Unless you are just like in like a Sinister fashion, like where are they? Kind of.
I'm just loudly like, hey, where's Breelith? Little dude. Where's the wine? Where's people? They're supposed to be handing cake and wine.
Fantastic. All right. Oops.
It's daytime too, so he's probably like, this is he can't really investigate or anything, so he's just gonna be loud.
Nice. All right. In that case, we'll jump over to Liazana. Are you still? Or did you just leave that room, Liazana?
Yeah, I think I just left that room.
So am I yelling by you earlier than me, or what?
I can't remember what I was doing. I think I was heading. I don't know if I had any particular destination, so I think I'm just gonna go back to the ship because I know we need to get going.
Okay.
So,
Go ahead.
I guess just to see like what needs to happen so we can head out.
All right. Let's see. As you head back down to the ship, You see some of the crew. Things seem to have settled down. The ship has been. You've seen this a number of times now. The docking and undock and leaving port, disembarking. So you know that the ship has been unloaded. The crew's probably changing clothes after all the hustle and bustle, and probably preparing for their own lunch. You board the ship, and you probably run into Cassius, just boast having his meeting with everyone.
Hey, Cassius, what's going
What's up,
on?
Liazana? So I actually got everybody on the ship ready to go. So we should have enough food. Where I'm having Ash mess around with the engines, tinker them with a little bit, so the ship will fly for endurance and not for speed. So we should be able to go a little bit longer than normal. And right now I'm just trying to gather you guys up to kind of see where everyone's at before we disembark.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. Is there anything I needed to do to help out?
No, I don't think so. We're pretty much ready to go. Like the crew on the ship they're good to go. They're all snuggled in. we have our food ready to go. So it's on everyone else in the house now, or like if they're scattered about the island. So.
Okay. Well, I'll stick here and try to help out where I can.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna go look for a couple other people, but I mean, if we're done here, we can leave whenever like you guys want to leave. But
Okay.
I don't know if anyone's doing anything important, so I didn't want to rush.
I'm not sure. I mean, I ran into Sinister inside and we were talking, but besides that, I'm not sure where everyone else is at.
Okay, so you haven't seen Xia, Breelith, or Ashavar?
Mm-mm. I think Ashavar might be down at the door, but I don't think I've seen anybody else since we got here.
Okay, I'm actually gonna go down there. I've never been down there before. Down in the elevator. So yeah, Cassius will actually head in that direction.
Okay, and heading over to the elevator. Anything else for you, Liazana, as Cassius heads over there?
No, I'm gonna stay on the ship and just kind of help the crew around with getting stuff ready to go.
And Xia, what were you up to again?
Just attempting
Jolene's room.
to. Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Yes.
I have a terrible recollection. I'm super sorry.
No, you're totally fine.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right, you take the elevator up. Bing. It stops at that floor, and you head on out. Again, you're sort of lining up where you were. You know where your room is, down on the left. About 8 doors down on the left, and about 5 doors down on the right is where Jolene's room would be. You do see a set of handprints. Much like everyone else, the handprints came out of the door once they keyed each individual. That's the lock.
Okay. So, but it is, I'm assuming, closed, and
Currently.
that's the thing. Because if I try to open it, then would that remove kind of the handprint, and would that be important? I don't know what kind of technology exists in the universe for fingerprinting, but is there any kind of way that I can cover my hand with like cloth or something and try to open the door with it? Okay. Does that work?
Well, you find some cloth and carefully grab your hands and press them against the locks. Continue to press. Press a little longer. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. It's not engaged.
Okay. Okay, at this point, Xia would be like, screw it. We have just been like so careful for so long. Probably would try to kick it first.
Nice.
Like just kick it down.
Ooh, awesome. Go ahead and make a strength check if you want, or athletics. Yeah.
Okay.
In case you have a bonus to that.
23.
Nice.
Natural 20. But...
let's see. So you kick the door. You kick it hard, and probably if it was any other door, it would have flown off its hinges because that's an insane athletics check. But this particular door seems to it shakes and rattles in place, but does not break or pop open.
Okay. So I think at that point it would be like, okay. And then probably would try to move the handle.
I've heard that, Dan.
Probably not. I think Sinister is down on the first floor, and this is way up, like 8 or 9.
If I try to open it barehanded, would anything happen, or would that also not function?
Nope, doesn't seem to open or anything. Barehanded.
Any ideas, Bo?
Oh, well, let me do a roll and see if he has a pretty good roll. All right. I know we could just try putting your hands on it, right? I mean, if your sisters, right? Your sisters. So maybe it's similar enough. And if nothing else, this house seems to operate on the celestial, right? So maybe we could find some way to put that sort of energy into it or something. I don't know. They try your hands first.
Alright, so we definitely try just the hands first and see if anything happens.
So, like, hand on neck, like, leans way in to watch your hands with you. Like, what's that? Does that happen?
Stop, like, get out of my face. I'm trying to concentrate.
I don't want to miss this. You put your 2 hands on it, and you can feel as your hands are placed on the handprints. They're about the same size, and they settle in nicely. And much like your door did, it sort of rips almost. The little handprints kind of rip your fingers a little bit. Like it partially registers, but does not slip away or open the door. But you had something going there.
Well,
Ooh. You can always invite your sister for a little house party, right?
Well, if she is really trying to destroy the world, I guess we could cut off one of her hands and come and use that.
Right? She's right.
But we need both of her hands. I don't know if it would register just one hand.
Oh, that's right. Well, better safe
That
than
would really
sorry,
stink if any of our, crew members had one of their hands cut off and they couldn't get into the room.
That's it. I'll have to pick a new room, I guess.
Yeah. Would it even register if you only had one hand?
I don't know. We should find out. Next crew member, one hand.
To lose a hand.
Right.
You will test the system.
Right.
I'll put it on the bulletin board next to the former egg schedule.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Breelith will like that. Breelith will enjoy that. So yeah, at this point, it would definitely be A, because Xia doesn't have really any magic up her sleeve or anything. Could potentially go into angelic form, but it's just at this point, like, after the memory situation is not gonna want to do that or even attempt it. So we'll probably head back. Yeah. Well, maybe we can check on Ashavar.
That sounds good. We'll get this. We'll get this. We'll get it all figured out.
We'll figure it out. Next step, potentially trying to just burn this door down.
All right. Well, maybe. All right.
All right.
Awesome. So Bo tries to discuss the pros and cons of burning the door.
Because it might just burn the whole, house down.
It was susceptible to fire the whole time.
Its weakness was being destroyed.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right, Breelith, are you, after having that vision, the celestial dragon rests its head back down, laying across the back of your shoulders, begins to purr. They seem to purr like a cat.
That was weird. I'm sure it's fine. it's just a weird memory, I'm sure.
Little dragon tips its head over and just kind of puts its head, nuzzles it up under your chin for a minute to, like, in a calming way, press its head.
So cute. Okay, all right. Let's go back in the house, huh? And she will make her way back into the house.
Okay. Right.
I'm yelling, by the way. Brayleth!
Sinister's voice is getting worse.
Sinister?
You want some cake?
Yes.
Let's go get some cake.
Wait. Get some? Has someone made it, or do we need to make
All those
it
things
still?
mean nothing to me. Everything's brought and made to me. So, yes.
Okay, looks like we're making some cake then. All right. She'll try to find Sinister in the house.
Okay. Yep. First floor as you go in. It's down the last room on the right. I think there are 3 rooms.
So someone's making cake?
Yes, eventually, probably. If I tell them to.
Should I make cake?
Okay, we make cake together. I have some questions.
Okay, sure. Yeah, let's go and get some ingredients and we can make some cake. And the dragon is draped, still on her shoulders, Dan?
Yep. Still
Okay.
just sitting there.
All right.
Send a message to the dragon. Little dude, did you make 1 or 2?
Nice. It seems to be mostly like just kind of at light.
Oh, she's all tuckered out. You got good exercise.
Yeah, went outside. It ran around and flew some, and it was quite the experience. Let me tell you.
It's good that he got his. I don't know gender. And I'm just assuming that they got great exercise.
Yes.
And enjoyed themselves instead of being on that ship. I don't think ships are very good for creatures like that.
Oh, well, I mean, it'll be fine. Then when we land somewhere, we can take it out. Let's go and get some more. What?
Do you think something that small might need a leash, maybe, to,
A
train
leash?
it to, yeah, like to train it to.
I can ask it if it wants to have a leash on it. Yes.
Why do you? Okay, all right. That seems counterintuitive to a creature that's supposed to be your subservient and companion. Usually, you just give it to them, and they just.
Oh, I wouldn't want
accept
to put a leash on it if it didn't want a leash on it. Like, I wouldn't want someone to put a leash on me without my consent.
Well, it's not like he has much of a choice, and they get quite big, and eventually outgrow the leash.
Well, then I'll teach it to not need a leash. It will just survive, be okay on its own.
But you're giving it choices, and when you give it choices, then it can assume, oh, I'm big enough to eat this person. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll teach it not to eat that person.
Well, you got to establish dominance. You're the.
I don't really want to dominate over it. I just want it to be its friend. I just want to help it. I just want to help guide it. I don't want to be a dominator over it.
I put leashes on children and pets. Well, why can't you put it on your pet?
I don't want to. I mean, if it wants to have a leash, sure. I'll just say that we're having this conversation as we're getting ingredients for cake. Damn.
Okay. What kind of cake is this? Not. I mean, you have a problem with meat. We won't do meat in the cake.
Hey, well, haven't you ever made a cake before, Sinister?
I don't make anything. We have. I mean, we had chefs and people who did that.
Oh. Well, I grew up in a house where I had a lot of brothers and sisters, so we all had chores, and we didn't have any servants, so I've made cake before.
Well, other houses, they had their servants that were, held in captivity. We were a house that, used magical means, which was kind of heretical, but we kept it to ourselves. But we hired a lot of people to do these things, and This will be an experience for us all. Me doing manual labor and all.
Got it. I knew someone once that used corpses for servants. That was an interesting holiday.
There were some houses that were into that dead stuff, and it was quite amusing too, but it was stinky. I didn't like it.
Huh. Well, I mean, this person, it's actually kind of a distant relative. Yeah, used corpses as servants, and yeah, it's kind of where I first kind of got inspiration to kind of, be interested in graves and dead things and all that. And oh, I think this is done. I just need a pan to pour this into.
What is a pan?
This right here, Sinister. She'll pop it down.
Hey,
a little bit butter on the bottom of it.
Besides distant relatives that were into necromancy,
Sure.
I will take note that your dead things excite you. I will try to find things that inspire you that are dead.
What was that last thing you said, Christy? Got a little robot.
I said I will try to find things, dead things, and things that are dead in nature that inspires you in the future. Not that I know if that's what you like.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say that dead. I mean, I guess in a way. Okay. I guess in a way that they do. I mean, I don't know if excite is the right word, but okay, there we go. Just make sure we need to keep an eye on the time. Let's see. Okay. All right.
And then he just like he's chanting things for her.
Nice.
Oh, thank you.
Flower over everybody. It happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like just...
Yeah.
I'm happy.
I guess it's more I'm interested in dead things or in historic things. Grave sites, ghosts. Then exciting me.
Okay, well, I didn't mean it in that fashion. We'll find what excites you in that fashion later. That's not a priority, but
What fashion do you mean? I don't understand.
You will if you hang out with me long enough. But I historical wise, I want to get on a historical conversation. Excuse me. It's dusty in here. This flower thing. All right.
She'll start wiping down the counter.
Historically, have you heard of the demon web?
Oh, a what? I'm sorry?
Demon web.
A demon web.
You can make a history check. Unless you feel that you would have it already.
Okay. I thought I made it. Okay, maybe not. Okay, no, that's not it. Okay. Alright, cool. Yep, alright. Oh, nice. That is a 22 total.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Then you would know that the demon web, effectively, it's more commonly known as among scholars, because it's not really known to the masses here in this quadrant. But as the demon web pits, it's a 66th layer of the abyss. It's also known as Lolth's web. Lolth being the deity of the drow, typically, not always, but often. Let's see. At one point in history, it was moved from the 66th layer of the abyss to its own realm. That's something, a little extra tidbit of information you would know with a 22.
Did you say 66th level?
66th level of the abyss. Although in
So it was removed. It was moved from the 66th to a higher level.
to its own.
To its own level.
Yeah, no, to its own planar space. It's
Planar space.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. Now that you mention it, that does. Yeah. I remember learning about it. Some. Why are you
As soon
What-
as she says that, he stiffens and he just kind of stares at her. And,
did I say something wrong? You asked if I knew. I thought that meant like I should say, if I know that I know. I don't know a lot about it. It's not like that I'm from and it's not like that I'm from the demon web or, I just know some facts about it.
you're not going to see his lips move, but he's going to send a message into your mind that says, what I'm about to tell you, you cannot tell anyone.
And she'll try to like respond in thought, okay.
And we're still making a cake while you're doing this.
Well, the cake's is
Kneading the
baking now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. All right. So he leans against the counter, takes a sip of wine, and this whole conversation, he's not even speaking aloud. I didn't know this existed in your world, but where I'm from, we actively fought against the demon web, even though it was considered heresy among my people. We actively tried to undermine its influence. And the last thing I know that we were, I guess, some sort of intelligence fell and lost away where our house began to fall and I barely escaped my life. But before then, I burnt down her mage school temple of atrocities. And I think she may have followed me here. And then he just lifts up his arm to show the spider tattoo that's on his arm that wasn't there, and then puts it back down. You may respond to this message.
So she'll respond in her mind. Oh, so Lolith is following you? Loth?
Or there could be some demon influence that is in this world that knows, that is actively tormenting me with this idea. I can't be quite sure, but I don't usually carry around totems of a drow spider queen.
So what makes you think that this is from the demon web, though?
Well, it's a tattoo from that lair. It could be taunting me. Demons like to fuck with you.
Got it.
So,
got it. Okay.
It could be actively lulled, and she has connections with demons, and drows like to play with power and summoning demons, like as if that's going to ever turn out well. It never does. But this is obviously something that's never happened to me before. I can't wash it off, no matter how much soap and lavender I use.
That's usually how tattoos work. So just to get this right, you've been to the demon web?
I have not been to the demon web personally. It's one of those ideas that, some places have their ideas of heaven and their ideas of hell.
Sure.
This is one of the layers of hell, and it's connected. And Lol's influences is dependent on those layers of her web to be connected. She demands absolute power and servitude. And those that defy her, they incur her wrath. Or it's not good, and she actively tries to find them and squash them and kill them.
Have you seen her?
I don't want to see her, but I've seen her influence. I mean, my family actively, on the surface, we pretend to be parishioners of Lolth. That's our matriarchal deity on the surface, but really we were worshiping her daughter, which was in defiance of her. We actively were defying her. The fact that I know magic as a male is seen as under them. My sister, my mother my mother has similar powers to you, but from that deity, and that was against the law. So our very existence of like outright defiance was bad. So I think she would be offended, especially if I burnt down her school of magic devoted to her
Right.
before I left to this world, down to the ground.
It was just you?
It was a whole bunch of evil mages, but I left with my life too, and I didn't know where I was headed, and I ended up here.
Kind of. That's a lot.
So she might be mad.
Oh,
She might
sure.
be
I would be mad if someone burned down my school too. Wow. Well, thank you for sharing.
She probably slaughtered my family. I have little hopes that my sisters and mother and everybody that I love and care are still alive. So I think she would have a vendetta and grudge and want to like wipe her whole entire family line, and I'm included.
Brilla's going to step forward toward you, Sinister, and like take your hands in hers
Mm,
and look very
Yes.
sincere. I'm so sorry.
mhm. Yeah, I know. I haven't read them yet, but thank you. I'm scared though. I'm really scared right now. So if you could keep this to yourself.
Have you
that'd be
tried
great.
blessing it? Have you tried getting it blessed?
Blessing what?
The thing.
I don't know those things. My mother would have known those things. Do you know these things?
Let me take a look. I'll take a look at what I can do, and if I can't do it, then we can find someone who can bless it for you. I mean, with I mean, I know if I worship a couple of deities, so if we find a place of worship for them where we're going, and or if I know of someone that I can think of or meet someone, we can get them to possibly bless it, and maybe that will, stop whatever's happening.
I also don't want to signal that we're trying to do something right now. But yeah, I mean, I'm not dead yet, and
But how long have you had that? The tattoo?
remember that day where you decided it would be a good idea to summon the guardian, and we fought that Gorgon and stuff, and I got those mushrooms.
That's
Well,
when
I
you
was
got
trying
it?
to. No, I was trying to experiment on the mushrooms, and I had a little bit of the mushroom dust, and I wiped the mushroom dust away, and then it was there.
Does your consciousness follow mushrooms? How did she find you through the
mushroom
mushrooms?
adjacent. She could find me through the demon web.
Demon web. Okay. Okay. So so I'll find a way to bless you. I'm not sure if that will help. I'm not sure if it will help at all, but maybe it will. And then if that doesn't work, then we can find some other way. We can do some research. You like doing research?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
like
can-
research. Yeah, we can figure it out.
We can look up some things and find a plan of action to to undo this web. Just tear it down.
You can't undo the demon web. You can just kind of obstruct it or subvert it, or just undermine it, like burning like their mages or scholars or whatever is associated with them. Take away their money.
Maybe
and
if you
stuff,
get really powerful, Sinister, maybe just like you burned down the school, you could burn down the web.
I have a feeling that there's probably some people.
You hear a door open.
There's probably some. Yeah, okay.
You see Vic walking in. Oh,
Vic.
hey, it's time for. Oh,
Hey, Vic.
you're using
What's
kitchen.
Vic,
What's that smell?
Oh, we're making a cake. Oh, shoot. She will go and start taking the cake out. And is it burnt, Dan?
Make a quick performance
Should I
check with
roll?
advantage because Sinister and you were making it together.
Yes.
Oh,
I mean,
so that is a 19 total.
Okay, it's perfect. You're catching it. It's just like the browning, the
Wonderful. Vic, do we have any icing, frosting? Do you know what that is? Like you put on a cupcake.
They no, don't have any readily made.
Do we have any cocoa?
No, I think we used at last of it with those drinks we had. Next time we dock, I suppose we can pick up some more if you wish.
Stephanie quickly looks up ingredients. Okay, that's good. Do we have powdered sugar, butter,
Aye.
vanilla, and
Aye.
milk?
Aye.
I can make some. I can make some
Great.
frosting for us.
Well, I'll stay out of your way. I'm just going to get lunch prepared.
Vic, did Zia talk to you about the meat? About possibly switching out the old
meat?
store of meat?
Oh, right.
Because I was kind of worried that like maybe the meat was a little bit bad for breakfast. So I was telling Zia that maybe we should talk about maybe because that meat's been in there for a while. So maybe
you're right.
tossing out what meat we have in there and replacing it with a new meat once we get to port somewhere.
Actually, you don't have to worry about it. I have a very special way to preserve meat, so even though it's a wee bit older, it's still just fine. In fact, it might look like fresh meat still. It's really incredible.
Oh, it looks like fresh meat, but is it still okay to eat?
Right.
Though?
It'll be safe to eat for a while to come, right? At least another week or so, I would say.
It's still pretty amazing that you've kept the meat going for this long.
Right. Well, it's sealed in that back room, so don't open that door, because it's currently sealed. It has to remain sealed back there. But all the ingredients you need are out here.
That's disgusting.
Oh, you don't like
are you vegetarian, Sinister?
No. I'm sorry. I was thinking of other things. Meat is fine. I don't know. Yeah, well, Do you have any lunch wine? I've been drinking this breakfast wine, and it's for children.
Right, of course. After hearing just a few times about your interest in wine, I did take the initiative to pick up some extra last time. When we were docked there, they had plenty of it to go around. As sadly there aren't any people there on the island anymore, except for Zug and such. So, if you see that cabinet right over here, this, and it's like locked. There's like 4 different like levels, and he opens up the bottom one with a key. I'll leave the lock off this one. It's yours. When it's gone, it's gone. So take it at whatever pace you wish, but that's all for you. And there's like 24 bottles of wine in there.
That's far too little. We got to get some more. I'm gonna try out in like 2 days.
I will do my best to adjust accordingly next time we're docked.
Okay. I will help you. I'll come along. I need to learn more about our inventory and things of the nature.
Of course.
I'll make some icing for the cake.
How about honey? What about honey? Would honey work?
In icing?
I'll let you continue talking about the ingredients and such as time carries on there.
Yes.
I'm going to quickly jump back to Liazana on the ship. What was it you were doing on the ship? Were you?
I was just kind of helping out with the crew, so like probably loading up and cleaning and stuff like that. So that's what she's doing.
All right. Early on in the process, because they are getting underway cleaning and stuff, and moving, things around. Ash comes over to join you. Oh, howdy, Captain. How are you on this fine morn?
Oh, hey, Ash. How's it going? I'm doing pretty good.
Oh, good. She's got her sleeves rolled up and such, and ready. I appreciate you, being out here helping us. I find it important, even though I don't typically do this that can work. I find it important to help out, and happy to see you doing the same.
Yeah, I like to help where I can. It kind of leads me to my own thoughts usually.
Ooh, well, I understand that. So, Cassius was telling me a story about y'all found this ship somehow. And, as you two are like moving some boxes and start, scrubbing the deck and everything. You got to tell me that story. He tells me that you just came across this ship.
Oh yeah, well, it's a really long story.
Oh.
And she's gonna start like it's simply gonna turn into a ramble. She's gonna tell Ash about how she had ended up in Zosha and found Brilith. She's gonna start way back there.
Nice. It all started when
and she's gonna, the whole like hot dog meal and she's gonna how we got into the ship, the Condor, I think it was.
Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm.
And totally got stranded on an island.
Oh, you're
and
kidding!
Here I am stranded with all these like crazy people.
Ooh.
And it's more people than I've been around in a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And well, the ship left us because we had been gunned down by pirates, and the ship had to leave without us.
That's terrifying. On some random island out nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
It was crazy. It was something I did not want to have to deal with.
I bet. I can imagine. That's incredible.
So,
then you came across this here ship and...
Yeah, and they managed to get it fired up.
Oh, incredible. So, might I ask now, Captain, I'm one to stick to formality if that's what you wish. Would you mind if I called you Liazana, or do you prefer Captain?
Oh, please call me Liazana. The captain thing was actually more of a happenstance situation.
Oh. Well, you filled those captain britches just fine, I'd like to say.
Well, I appreciate that, but you're welcome to call me Liazana.
Well, thank you, Liazana. So, you found yourself, or fancy yourself a bit of a wanderer then? Is that, might I ask? Help me lift this over here, Captain. She gets on the other side of a big crate to lift with you, like, looking over the top at you as you're walking.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, you could say that. Wanderer seems to be a pretty good word for it. Kind of been on my own for a few decades now.
Oh my, well, you must have, that sounds like quite an adventurous a way to live, but sort of solitary, sad, or do you enjoy it? You find you enjoy it?
Well,
Ooh, you sit the box down.
she's kind of dusting off her hands. I don't know how I ever felt about it, to be honest with you. Kind of got forced into it.
Oh, I see.
And just kind of got used to it after a little while, because you live so long, years just kind of blend together.
Well, can't say I understand that part, but I do know, I do understand where you're coming from. It's sounds tough, Liazana, but I'm glad that all that wandering's brought you here. Looks like we've just about cleaned this whole, some time has passed, as you've discussed, and the cleaning's about done. So, I think that, I insist, let's go have ourselves just a drink or two, some of the crew getting together, and I think, they'd all like to hear a little bit. I think they'd enjoy some of that tale, how you found the show or something, like your company at least. Come on, I'm not taking no for an answer. She pats you on the back. And she heads down to unless you want to have lunch inside, she's actually going to bring down to like the galley section where they've got like a rudimentary lunch with a couple of drinks after all that madness finally being knocked back in the pod.
Right.
So Kip is down
she'll
there.
definitely join them.
Nice. Okay. Kip, Wisp, Charles, Charlie, Ash, and Guardian is in there, more just sitting in the corner, like chewing on a bunch of meat on bone, basically. All right. And so Cassius, you were heading inside, right, to check on Ashavar. You were heading over to the elevator. So you approach, bing, you use the elevator. Now, Ashavar, you hear the elevator coming down to your area. Of course, you've got that sort of narrow space to lean in as it the door opens up. Cassius and Ashavar, you see one another.
Hey Ashavar, how's everything going down here? And he's gonna walk over to where she is.
She's gonna start a little bit 'cause she was lost in thought. Hi Cassius. How's it going?
It's going good. I was actually just trying to check up on everybody before we disembarked. Did you make any headway here?
Yeah,
Or-
I think I made some pretty good progress. Despite, it's slow going a little bit. Never really was much for books, but this is interesting. So yeah, I don't know what it says yet, but
Do you mind if I give it a look?
sure.
This is my first time down here, and like Cassius will kind of like see if he can read the inscription. Is it in a specific language?
It's in Celestial, but it's like an archaic form. This is one
Okay.
age past. You can do, I mean, if you don't speak Celestial, you won't really get it, but if you wanted to do a history check, you might see some correlation to a different.
Okay, so let me roll a history check real quick. See, that is a 19 for the history check.
Okay. Given it how difficult it is, even for those that speak Celestial, you do see some very base similarities here and there to maybe. Actually, what languages do you speak? I guess is the.
Cassius speaks Common, Dwarvish, Infernal, and Elvish.
Okay. Possibly Elvish. They borrow a little bit from Celestials. As it earlier
Okay.
editions, they were actually considered.
Got it.
Before
And he'll kind of like look it over. What correlations am I able to make?
It's more like word structure than actual any words translated. It's like you can just see the roots of Elvish sort of tied together with the roots of this a little bit.
Okay. He'll look over to Ashmar and say like some of these words looks like some of the Elvish words borrow from this, from what I can tell, just like the similarities. Was there anything you were able to glean from this?
Dan, what was I able to glean from it?
Oh gosh,
Like
let's
concepts?
see.
Any-
Yeah, a number of root words you've picked up here. Again, I think effectively the biggest thing you've learned is that this is a passage. It has a lot of this is spell work, but on the door itself is a passage that is to be read, which will then gain you access. So not a ton in actual verbiage yet. It's more structure and everything. You're trying to figure out how the sentences flow.
Okay. So, well, Xia helped a lot, and we did figure out that this bit, she's gonna motion to the passage on the door. It's some kind of a pass phrase or something to get entrance into the door. Stuff around is kind of it's like runes that you would use in spells and stuff. I'm not sure what schools it's referring to yet, but yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. I've gotten some structure down, but the actual translation is still going to take some time. But since we got this this codex from Zug, it's not going to take like months to years anymore. So that's cool.
Was that the projected time to figure this out? Months to years?
Months to years.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Do you have any of this recorded so we can like see it while we're moving?
Taking some
I'm knocking
etchings.
some some rust off of some memories, and I'm pretty sure that Ashavar borrowed some paper from somebody, and so she'll hand like basically a sort of rumpled sheaf of notes that are not structured very well at all. Like, well, I tend to do a little bit of a stream of consciousness thing when I'm writing stuff down, so feel free to take a look, but it might not make any sense unless I explain it to you, which is fine. I can do that.
Would you mind if I created like my own notes from these notes with you kind of explaining them to me? So then now you have 3 people working on it instead of just 2.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because I would definitely like to help. And then what Cassius will kind of like sit next to Ashavar if she's sitting down or standing up, and kind of like start copying like the notes so that he can understand them in his own notebook.
Okay.
Okay.
You hear the elevator go up and it's been summoned by someone. As you do that, you sit down. So just so you know, as a player mechanically, this is still a feasible thing. It'll just be a higher difficulty for you. You don't speak Celestial assist, but you can still assist, and you take your notes, and we'll do some checks and stuff like that.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Nice. All right. Bing, the elevator comes back down with Xia in it. Because I think you were going to see Ashavar Xia, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Bing! You see Cassius and copying notes, and Ashavar sitting there in that little doorway.
Oh, hey, Cassius. I didn't know you spoke Celestial.
I don't. But I saw that a couple of this is a lot of Elvish is borrows from Celestial, so that's kind of what I'm relating it to right now. So I figured I'd give you guys a hand to decipher this because it seems like extremely interesting. He's gonna keep like scribbling Ashavar's notes in his notepad.
Okay, claiming that Elvish came from Celestial is just offensive.
No. I meant vice
Celestial
versa.
is a beautiful language.
It was vice versa. It was vice versa. Zia.
I hate it. I hate it. Don't ever speak it around me.
It was vice versa.
Don't ever compare Celestial to Elvish.
And then he'll kind of like point to like a couple of words. It's like they
I don't want
kind
to
of
hear
use
it.
this one sometimes.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
In Elvish.
No, stop. And so eventually I feel like that would calm down and well, we have a fun dynamic.
Yeah. I meant and then he's like I meant no disrespect. I meant it the opposite way. That Elvish borrows from Celestial. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
If it came out wrong, I apologize.
Yeah. It came out wrong the second that I heard Elvish come from your lips.
Oh,
But that's okay.
Oh, okay.
It's acceptable. Anywho, so Ashavar, Cassius hasn't been bothering you or anything, right? You've still been able to work even with him distracting you?
Oh yeah, I can't like focus on it completely for super long periods of time. So actually, explaining my notes to Cassius is helping me out with, grasping at myself and getting my brain back in.
Well, you let me know if he's bothering you, okay?
He's gonna mumble under his breath. What are you gonna do about it? As he's putting notes in there. What are you gonna do about it?
Ashavar's gonna like stifle a snort.
I'm remembering the last few battles we were in, and just like.
Which ones?
All of them.
All of them?
Every battle.
Do you really want? You want to do this right now? Yeah.
No, I could start something, Cassius, but I'm not, a child. So
You're not a starter. You're more of a finisher or a taker. And then he's gonna go back to taking his notes.
Oh, okay. So like I'm a taker, and you're taking notes. Okay.
Yes.
And then eventually, like I feel like Xia would just calm down and be like, okay, task at hand. Probably gonna sit down next to Ashavar and kind of start looking at the codex and trying to go back and forth. Not expecting to make any big discoveries or anything, but just like, I know at this point we're probably waiting to get on the ship or something. So this isn't like crucial. We're probably gonna come back or something.
Okay. You continue taking notes until about that lunchtime, a little after, maybe like 12:30 or so, and where your stomachs begin to beg you to go eat. I assume you all head up, excuse me, to the first floor for lunch. Okay, so the three of you hop into the elevator. Liazana, you're eating on the ship. Breeless is already in the kitchen. So the three of you hop in the elevator, and bing, it goes up to the first floor. And as the doors, actually, you set it to go up to the first floor, but it stops at the port. Bing, and the doors open. And outside is Kip, and she's the turtle navigator, and she's sort of doing like the pee-pee dance, like, oh, right, are you going up? I just have some business to take care of. Excuse me, and she kind of steps in the elevator, and with that, we'll take our bio break slightly early, but whoo, awesome. Well, yeah, for those that don't know, we take about a 10-minute bio break. We're going to go knock that out, and then we will be back to the silliness and fun. Our audio will be hot, so you can chat with us, and we'll catch you soon. It's weird.
Know what this is. I don't know. Take your
Why is my connection so spotty? Video. Believe all these burning memes are going strong.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, you cut out a bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. The burning memes. The mittens.
The Bernie memes? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, the Bernie memes with the mittens. I'm sorry.
You're okay. It's just Zoom cutting in and out a little bit.
I know. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I think my connection is fading on this side. Weather related, probably.
Do you have Zoom like actually downloaded onto your computer, or are you just accessing it through the internet, through your browser?
I have both, but should I do one or the other?
Are you using the desktop version?
Yeah.
Okay. You might check and see if there's an
Oh my
update.
goodness.
Okay.
Bring up our video.
I'll see there. Let me try to use the browser version, maybe.
Oh, the Discord, the Spotify?
Zoom.
Zoom. Oh, gotcha. Did Zoom? Why?
Uh-oh. I forgot to check for that.
Oh yeah, hey Josh. Yeah, I got them put them together I think yesterday. I had starting soon ones, but those I didn't work on till I don't know, just like an hour before stream, and I was doing a bunch of other things. So I made a little background and painted like a rolling cloud style bottom. Tried to blend it together. But I have to still stitch the text in a fun way for the starting soon. But yeah, I've had that. I always forget, and then we'll come to our bio break, and I'll be like, oh, that's right, I just have the rolling clouds clip. Like I really need to do something, but I constantly forget until I'm playing it. Fix that.
Typical Dan.
Maybe a little better.
What's that, Steph?
Typical Dan.
Yeah, for real. Forget? No. I'm the classic. Write it down on the list, and then I'll forget the list. Write it all down and forget to bring it. Yeah.
That doesn't sound like you at all.
Well, Lily says hello.
Lily, hi!
Steph says, Lily, hi! Try to match her pitch. So she's excited and
Good
giddy
job,
and
did a
smiling.
good job.
Thanks. You can talk if you want.
Yes, I did.
She
Yeah,
did.
I
It was
did.
her.
Yeah,
Lily
Yeah.
says, oh no.
it's a shame. It's a shame.
Lily says, get your lives figured out.
Oh God. I don't believe you,
She
Dan.
said,
I don't
sort your
believe
life
you.
out, to be
I don't
exact.
believe you, Dan.
Philander.
That sounds
Philander,
just
I didn't
that sounds
say
just
any
like
of
her.
this.
Doesn't
I didn't
it,
believe a
Deontay?
word of
It does. It sounds just like her.
I didn't believe
I
a
said
word of it,
none
Lily.
that.
I didn't believe it.
She knows me better than that. All right.
I've been around I've been around your dad too long. I don't believe anything he says.
You figured me out.
Steph, we all know. We know. We know the real you.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Oh my gosh, wait, what did I? Oh, it's I forgot that Christy's is just acting the fool today, huh? Does not want to play nicely today. Yay!
I think that's a little better.
Yeah, looking at the Twitch stream. Oh, okay, we're recentered. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
I was looking at it and I was like, our faces are in all those weird places.
Nice, Dan. Get your life figured out. See,
No,
our faces are everywhere. Now I hear you.
I was just like, I know it's like a lot of moving pieces too. I can't even imagine how many. Your computer must be like running like crazy and
Oh, yeah.
super loud, whirring.
Well, it's a really nice computer. Mine died. My old one was doing that and then died. I think. Just a little under a year ago now. I was streaming from the kitchen. Those fun days where for a couple months I was
Oh
streaming.
my goodness.
Yep.
Was that almost a year
almost
ago?
a year ago, I believe. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It was. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Feels like time isn't even real.
For real. Yeah.
I feel like that was
2020.
like 3 months ago. Wow.
It was right. It was right
was
around the
before-
time. Yeah.
It was quite a while before in Extremis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We were July. End
We've
of
been doing
July
an
for
Extremis
this.
for half a year.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Exciting.
6
Nice.
months.
Yep. I mean, we're on episode 19.
Mhm.
That's extra thrilling.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's an awfully high number.
Yeah, according to Derek.
Time is definitely not real now.
Right.
It's in everything.
Half a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oof.
It's kind of fun. We can already start thinking back on some of the journey thus far, supernatural style. We've had a.
What season of Supernatural are we in? What's the
2.
equivalent?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably 2. Yeah. We're still Monster of the Week, so
Yeah.
we're not.
We
yeah.
haven't jumped the shark.
Yeah.
Not yet. Not just
Fortunately.
yet. we're not even at our peak yet. We're rising. We're rising right now.
Nice.
Things good.
I do love a good shark jumping.
Yes.
I just Supernatural got so weird by the end, but the Scooby-Doo crossover episode was still
Like,
Yeah.
incredible.
Yes.
Yes. Plus he did the
As
voice.
was-
Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course you have the one where they went to Oz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was that was a pretty chill subplot. That made no sense whatsoever, but you didn't care because it was
It's
they
fun.
killed the Wicked Witch of the West, which was
it's like a once upon a time episode.
Once Upon a Time is my favorite trash TV.
Yes.
It
I
is.
love
Right?
the whole series. It is objectively bad, but I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Love
I mean,
to
I
see
haven't finished the
It's
series,
that
but yeah, I
character.
love it for the same reason.
Mm-hmm,
I think I only saw season 1 of that show, and I was like, I'm all right.
There was this girl I was friends
Not
with
need
in
to
college.
continue. Yeah,
Same Deontay.
yeah.
I
I was like, we do not
remember-
need to continue.
This girl I was friends with in college, when the announcement came out that they were doing like Frozen in one of the seasons, I remember we had this whole freak out and like we binged the entire season together.
Oh my gosh.
That
That's
was incredible.
awesome. Yay.
They're rebooting it though, by the way. Like it's a soft
What?
reboot. So it'll be the
Oh.
main character's kid is an adult now, and it
Henry?
takes place in Seattle.
Oh,
Yeah, Henry.
naturally. Yes.
Always hated Henry. That hormonal motherfucker.
Such a turd. Yeah. Such a turd.
I mean, all the characters are bad, but
Yeah.
they're rebooting it, and I think Cruella DeVille is going to be like the main bad, but it's
Oh,
a completely
fun.
different Cruella DeVille because
Oh.
her original story was apparently too interesting to do again.
Cruella was so gangster. I loved her. When she pistol whipped Rumpelstiltskin, I was like, I'm in.
Yeah, yeah.
Gold. Yeah.
Rumpelstiltskin was one of the best, worst villains of all time.
Right?
It kind of gave me at first vibes of the Master from the
Doctor
first season of Buffy.
Oh,
that master.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you were like, oh, okay, he's gonna be the big bad in season 1, and they're gonna kill him, and never talk about it ever again. And then they didn't do that, and I was like, wait a minute, is he good? Is he bad? Is he trying? They're trying to make it seem like he knows what's happening, but he never does.
Yeah.
Like, he's like that person you throw into a situation and he's like, yes, I've definitely seen this before. This is referencing this thing that I read at this one point in my life. Flashback, flashback, flashback. I have no idea what that is. I have never seen that before. Flash forward. Yeah, I totally know what it is. I have seen it before.
Nice. Wait. Yeah.
I did
The
enjoy
style.
watching the actor like chewing the scenery. Love that actor. I can't remember his name, but
Oh god. Can you imagine all the ones where he had to wear like the gold makeup,
yeah.
full body
A
gold makeup?
crocodile. Yeah.
Oh my god. That must
Nope.
have been awful for that like makeup designer.
Reminds me of yogurt.
Yes.
Yes. From
Spaceballs.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, right?
oh, I haven't seen that movie in
He
ages.
wore full
I-
body, like
Yep.
nearly full body gold.
I just
Yeah.
watched it Wednesday and I was like, that's a lot of gold paint.
Yeah.
A lot of gold paint.
Are you
Like it showed
You're
going
it
out
showed
in
a
that? Yeah.
it showed a close up of his like fingers and it was just like you could not it was completely
It was all on the
encased.
finger. Yeah.
Like
Wow.
oh, I was like he was getting gold out for weeks. Had to
Open
have
gold.
been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
May the
Nice.
Schwartz be with you.
Oh, it's such a good movie. I'm so bummed I missed movie week this week. Yes. Right. I'm so sorry. Chatting with friends. Where were we? Everyone is going to lunch. Oh yeah, Kip gets on, and then when you hit the first floor, she heads off to the latrine. As you all head over to the dining area, I think the first room on the right here, or center room on the right, and you smell, tasty food for lunch. There's a lot of different things prepared, from sort of some brunch things with eggs and such, over to meats that have been put through, Vic's cut them, but they would be the equivalent of sliced like deli meat off the off the thigh, off the breast and such. Is just set out all the things to build what you want. Some soups, some light soups, and things like that. And you smell cake as you see Breelith finishing. She's mixing together what looks like icing, maybe, in a bowl in the back with Sinister. There's some plates set at the table for y'all. I'll figure you all have lunch unless you have anything you want to role play. Otherwise, you're all able to have some tasty lunch. Breelith and Sinister finished their cake to perfection.
So are we going straight to the place that we're going to, or what's our course?
I was hoping we'd explore the island. We don't know much of what's on here. To make sure none of those abyssal creatures or that invaded.
Wait, this island?
Yes, we haven't really took a look about, and maybe you can see how your big animals are faring. To see,
I thought we were leaving soon.
Well, we can leave, I guess, but it's gonna take a long time to get to Staffney Island. Several months.
Maybe we should stop off at what was the other place that's kind of like in between
Atmos?
Atmos Isles. Yeah, maybe that's a good place to stop off.
I think a little bit of a detour though, right? Like it would be slightly faster. I mean, I don't know by how long.
No, that's behind us. That's going the opposite.
No, it's going it's in the direction of some hazy.
Yeah, but it would be, I think, at least Cassius and Xia having and maybe Liazana keeping such an eye on the maps, and maybe Sinister as well. So basically, let me do it from your point of view. It would be north east to go to Atmos, and then you'd have to return northwest to go back up to Staffney. It would probably put an extra month on your trip. Directly from here to Staffney Island is going to be about, let's see, I think it was going to be 3 months or 6 weeks. It was 3 months. 3 months from Atmos to here. So you're looking at almost 5 months on a regular ship. Ash would have probably told you, Cassius, that even though she's going to tune it to like a steadier pace, that's still much faster than regular ships, and it'll probably be a little closer to just over 4 months, like 4 months and a week from here right up to Staffney Island. But again, it would be 5 months and a week if you took the detour to Atmos.
Ooh, got it.
Maybe we can stop at Atmos on the way back.
What do you think, Liazana?
I don't think she's in the lunchroom with y'all.
Liazana's not here?
She's on the ship. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, if Liazana's not here, then it would be like,
I was thinking...
you're the first mate.
So I think on the way back is fine, but we can always come back here when we want to, just based off of like the test.
Yeah.
And it will always take just like not even 15 minutes to go back here from wherever we are, right? So
yeah,
it's kind of like we're tugging it behind us.
Yeah.
Well, what if we stop at a place before to get some more food and money? I mean, I've been on this ship for a while. I want to stretch my legs a bit, but is there any other islands along the way that we can take a look at?
I don't think there were any ones on the chart. Cassius, did you see anything?
So the only island I saw would take us a month out of our way going to where we're going. So I think it'd probably be better off if we just head straight to where we're going initially, and we leave anything to the side when things aren't a little, more pertinent right now. Because Xia, correct me if I'm wrong, but we're on kind of a timetable, right?
Yeah, to a certain extent. I mean, we don't know for sure where Jolene went, but I do have now official confirmation that Jolene is related to me. So there is something going on there for sure.
I think this is the first lead that we've had in a long time. So
yeah, Jolene definitely. Oh, go ahead.
Jolene's on Staffney?
Well, we don't know that. I thought that originally Jolene was at
I believe we have other business
Celestial
that our captain was.
I'm totally blanking. What was the name of the
Celestial
island we were?
Plateau? Up on
No,
Simhazy?
Yeah,
Isles?
no, on the place we were just at.
Simhazy Isles are the grouping of islands that you were just at.
Simhazy and Staffney. I always get those two confused. Sorry. So yeah, I mean, she left Simhazy, but didn't give any clear indication as to where she was heading. But it wouldn't be Atmos, and I know that we were thinking of heading to Staffney anyway. So clearing another island of potentially having this next book would be the next course of action.
Why wouldn't it be Why wouldn't it be Atmos?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming that Jolene is smart, right, and has already traveled to Atmos. So why would she have gone to Atmos and then immediately left didn't? I mean, nobody that we talked to at the academy seemed to think that there were any reason that another book would be at Atmos.
Okay.
And yeah, they said they hadn't seen Jolene in like months when we were there. So I assume like she's trying to gather them all. I can't even still imagine that there's more than one of those damn things, but like, I think it's possible that she could be as clueless as we are and is just kind of heading around from island to island checking. I think it would be unlikely that she would check Atmos first, but if we think that it's a good idea to stop there first.
I don't think we need to stop there first. I'll let it stop there at some point. I just like Atmos.
Why do you want to stop at Atmos, really?
I just like it.
Yeah? What was your favorite part?
I like it too.
All of it. It was such a great city, and
was that your first time there?
Yes. No, but I've been there.
What?
I've been there another time before, and just really like visiting.
Oh, what were you visiting for?
Just visiting some friends that live outside the city.
Oh, that stinks. We should have gone and visited them when we were there.
It's fine. It's fine.
Total miss. Yeah. Well, when we go back, you'll have to introduce us to those friends.
Really? Yeah, I don't remember you. I don't remember you talking about friends at all.
Yeah, you would have said something.
Yeah.
I had just met everyone, so why would I be like, hey, I have friends? Like, oh guys, like, why would I be like announcing that I had friends in Atmos in Atmos Isles? Like,
guys,
that seems like kind of a stretch to be like, hey, I have friends here when I had just met all of you and couldn't even call any of you friends yet.
We should stop interrogating Brilith. Brilith has almost died like twice in the last 72 hours. So like,
could have not stayed at that church and stayed with your friends.
let's just drop it. I get it, Brilith. There's some like ultra important secret thing or whatever. I trust you. It's probably fine. So
you should trust me. I'm a celebrity.
We should talk.
It's just
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I know there.
It's fine. Whatever.
If it's personal, Brilith, I understand.
But
sure, it's personal.
I would vote for Cassius and Liazana to make the final decision of where we go.
Really, she's the only captain in the Navy come to decisions together. It's just for curious because we're not legal.
You broke up, Christy.
I couldn't hear any of that. That's all I was just like, I'm trying to make it out.
My brain was still processing.
Yeah.
We're not legal, so, we're just...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Zoom was like, nope. Zoom, right?
Well, are we chill with bringing Liazana into the fold and discussing?
Wait, why wouldn't we?
Yeah, we should.
Liazana
Everyone should.
here.
Realistically, everybody should.
I can go and get her.
Oh, okay.
I'll go and where do we know where she's at? Where is she at?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay, I'll go and just look. Maybe the ship. She, being the captain and all. Maybe she's having. I'll go and look on the ship.
Okay, cool. And we'll just stay here and wait till you get back.
Okay.
I do think everybody should hear this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we should just be making decisions without
I'll be
consulting
back.
somebody else.
The dragon was on her shoulders still. I'm assuming, Dan, right?
Yep. I mean, it kind of like hopped down and then was sniffing about the room, but as it sees you kind of stand up, it hops up on your chair and hops up on the back of your shoulders.
Oh, that's so cute. It like flap its wings a little bit just to get a little bit extra height, but it can't quite like fly yet.
Exactly, yeah. Clumsily, gets up on her.
Oh, so cute.
All right. So as the rest of you at the table, have an opportunity to discuss and eat. Brila, if you use the elevator and depart into the port area. It's a little bit dimmer in here now, of course, since it's noon and the sun is up higher. It's not shining in quite the same way as it does in the morning. And you find your way to the ship, and so it's rocking in the bay there, up into onto the ship. You don't see anyone out. You call a few times. You think you hear some noise down below, probably from the galley.
Okay, she'll go down there. Liazana?
You see her sitting there with Kip and Wisp and Ash, and they're all in the middle of a big laugh with Liazana. Ash is like, "You're kidding me." She's Brayleth. Will.
Hi. Hey. Liazana, we were having a little team meeting up in the house, so the group wanted me to come and see if you want to join us, since we were kind of talking about our next plans of action.
Oh, okay. She's gonna turn to the crew. I will see y'all in a bit.
We'll catch y'all soon. They each say, and Ash like, "Thank you, Liazana. Appreciate you making the time to come hang out with us and help us with all this work. We'll catch you soon."
Happy to help. Bye.
On the arm. They go back to story time.
Okay. Everyone's inside the house, right, Dan?
Yeah, I mean, the rest of you
I came out of the house, right?
Correct.
Okay, just want to make sure. Okay, so did you have a good day?
Oh, yeah, I think so. I was
good.
I decided to help out on the ship, help all the crew and stuff.
That's nice. Did you learn any ship stuff? How to throw the anchor.
Choice words from Ash. Some pirate words.
Yeah, some pirate lingo, I guess you could say.
Oh, what was it?
I'll leave that up to you.
We can.
I learned what "shiver me timbers" means. I never knew that before.
What is it?
We'll talk about it later, Brie. Let's get to the.
Here, let me take a guess. You can tell me if I'm right. Okay.
Okay.
Shiver me timbers is whenever you're really scared, and you know how I don't know if you've been so scared like your knees start like knocking together. That you're shivering, your timbers are shivering, so that's your knees shivering together when you're really scared. Is that what it means?
That is a really good guess, but no, it's not.
Or this. How about when it's really cold outside and sometimes you get like the little goosebumps on your legs or your arms, and your arms are shivering, so it's like your timbers, like your limbs, are shivering, so they're getting these little like bumps on them. Is that it?
No. I'll explain it in a little bit.
Okay.
I'd say you're pretty close. We'll discuss it in a second.
Okay. It seemed like a good guess, but I guess I just don't know that much pirate lingo. I'm just not as cool as you, Liazana.
Oh, I wouldn't say I'm cool.
Oh, you're absolutely cool. You're the captain of the ship. You go around doing important stuff all day. I'm just here, training a dragon, but, you're the one that's, making decisions, and yeah. You're totally cool.
I think the dragon's arguably cool.
And she'll kind of like, as she's walking beside Liazana, just kind of like bump her arm against her arm. Well, training a dragon is
she's gonna kind of reach up towards the dragon and just kind of like scratch it under the chin a little bit.
And puts its chin out to you.
Isn't it adorable? I haven't thought of a name yet. What do you think I should name it? Do you have any suggestions? I know someone mentioned Stabbert. I'm not really excited about that one.
Stabbert was so great.
You know, I haven't thought much. Do we know the gender yet? I don't remember.
Is the dragon? I mean, well, she just scratched its chin, so I guess it's kind of awake. Hold on a second. Let me ask it. Oh, and I also have to ask if it wants a collar. Long story. A leash, I mean. All right, so she's gonna think really hard when she's looking at the dragon. Do I call it like he question mark, she question mark, they question mark?
How are they gonna communicate this? They seem to perk up a little bit as they sense you trying to send it a question. And
she's looking like
you
really
say-
intense at it, like so like Liazana just sees her just like
it sort of perks its head up and like just a little bit kind of looks out the side of its eye at you as you're doing that, like what? And you say he, and you don't feel any response. You say she, and you don't feel any response. And you say they, and you get sort of a confirming response.
okay, so
Feeling
it's they. Let me ask about the leash question.
Wait, what?
Brila's going to think. God, I went through like 3 of my characters' names before I land on Brila. Brila's going to think in her mind, like picturing it with a leash, like with a collar and with a, and like, yes, no.
Growls and puts its head
Okay,
back down.
all right. Brila will like pat it and okay, noted. So no leash. Come on, let's go.
Ding! Take it up to the first floor, the two of you.
Yes,
and,
directly into the room. I brought her.
Oh.
She's here.
Hello.
Thank God.
I guess we're discussing where we're going.
Yes, we are.
And then we can talk about what shiver me timbers means. You won't believe it.
Xia knows. She worked on the other ship there, the Federation ship.
It's wild.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Out of my
Crazy.
wildest dreams.
Something about being cold, I assume.
No, you would think that, wouldn't you? No, it's not. It's not about being cold at all. We can talk about it
That's
later. We got important
So-
stuff right now.
Really,
And then cake.
So Xia would kind of just make eye contact with Liazana real quick and be like, I'm gonna mess with Brila for a hot minute. Brila, it's kind of like an intimate thing, you know?
Oh. An intimate thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Like a
Or
hug?
gyrating.
Like a hug? Or more than
A
that?
little more than a hug.
Okay, all right.
Love
Got it. And you'll see
feelings.
a little blush on her cheeks. Her cheeks get definitely pinker, although it's hard to tell with her like skin tone because it's like a purplish blue. But okay. So go on.
Oh, it's not the kind of thing that we should be discussing. You know,
No,
Ow!
I want
while
to
it's
know.
still daylight out, you know. You're just so innocent, Brila. I don't want to take that away from you.
Write it down.
Night
You can
time's
write
the
it
right
down. If you don't want to say it out loud, that's fine. I totally understand. You could write it down and I can take a look at it.
This is a great time to tell you that I don't know how to write.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Excuse me.
Well, wait. We need to just pause the meeting for a minute. Sia, I can teach you how to write, Sia. That can be like our bonding time.
I
can
can
teach you-
read. Who needs to write?
I think
What?
I can teach you how to write, Sia. I tell you what, and she'll literally like reach across the table. I can teach you if you want to.
So, Liazana, we're heading out.
Yes, and she's gonna pull her to the table.
Vengeance, right? I mean, Staffney Island.
Nice.
I mean, that's more of a different thing. So let's she would have known the distances, right? Since she looked at the map.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. I mean, I guess it really depends on how fast we need to get to Staffney.
Which comes back to my original point, Xia. Do you feel like this is time sensitive?
Yes.
Then we shouldn't make any unnecessary stops.
Okay then.
On to Staffney we go.
I understand.
Oh.
Go.
Before we go, we do have to discuss entry.
Entry?
Yes, the Captain Ruth or Admiral Ruth gave us pirate stuff, but we got to think time of day and how and where. We don't know any of those things.
Yeah, we could probably talk to Admiral Ruth or to the Sending Stone maybe to ask how prepared we should be for Staffney. That could be helpful.
Yeah, we could do that. They said they said if we were privy to information, they'd give it to us. So
Yeah. We can
might
just
as well
tell
use
them
that
we're heading
resource.
That also
Yeah.
gives them an idea of where we are.
Which is fine, because it's better for them to find us after thinking we're somewhere else. Plus, I mean, if they can prepare us for this, we haven't really done anything to incur anyone's ire, so we should be fine.
I thought Staffney was a city island. Is it? I mean, is it not?
It is.
You're talking about like we should be prepared for it. I mean,
Well,
is there something else?
There's always procedure going into ports, and we don't exactly have legal papers.
Oh, I see. what you
Sinister
mean.
has a
Okay.
point. Yeah, because we're not registered with the Federation at all, and the only little bit of goodwill we had was left at a port. So getting this information, we might be able to find like a port where they do accept no papers. And our number one resource right now is the pirates.
I mean, I could do it like we did with Atlas Islands. That worked, right?
Yeah, that worked really, really, really
It totally worked.
Totally worked. But I do like the idea of having a very terrifying lizard folk kind of looming over our shoulder. Was Admiral
Fear
Ruth
is a
lizard folk?
motivator.
Or
And here's the thing:
not
we
a
didn't
lizard.
promise them anything that we didn't have to give up anything really, because we are flying a ship through the sky with no protection from the Federation or anything. So it'd probably be who of
But
us.
they
Alright.
They
let's-
have magical means of keeping tabs on us, meaning they gave us an item, which means that if they had a powerful mage, they could get, kind of track our location.
Yeah.
And
So
get-
lying to them doesn't serve us at all.
Yeah, so let's just call him up.
Yeah.
Oh. Cassius, I think you have the Sending Stone.
I do. He'll
Jerk.
set it in the middle of the table and call up Admiral Ruth.
Or who's our
No.
connection? What's
Yeah, what was her
Tasha.
name?
Tasha?
I don't know, Tanisha, Tasha, Tiffany.
Okay.
Who knows?
Yeah, what was
Sorry, what?
who were we reporting to for the pirate?
I usually say, hey, girl.
We have an intermediary person. Like we're not
Lawanda.
talking directly to the admiral.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
But I forget the person's name.
Lawanda.
It's gonna be
Yes.
interesting.
Lawanda.
Oh,
Okay.
someone knew it. That's a bummer.
Okay.
I written down in my notes.
Nice. That's oh, that's awesome.
The
Mhm.
one time I
Every
actually
time
took good notes.
Sinister talk to her, she just basically he goes, hey, girl, what's up?
All right. So
Nice.
Ring, ring, ring.
Yeah, we have. How many words do we have, Dan? Like 25.
25 words. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, what am
And
I
it's only
supposed to say?
once a day, right?
Yes. Yeah. Recharges it.
Yeah.
Go on.
I would give Cassius probably. He would come up with.
They
the
know
same
me to
words.
have the sending stone. They gave it to me.
I don't think it matters. They met all of us.
Yeah, I mean it's just words. It's not like it's signed with your name every time, but
Yeah.
I just built up a rapport with her. We were fighting.
okay.
No, go ahead, Cassius, if you want to.
Cassius on the sending stone would say in so many words, we're moving over. What was the name of the island one more time that we're heading to?
Staffney Island.
Staffney Island. He would let them know that we're heading to Staffney Island. We're estimating it to take about 4 or 5 months, give or take. And that's all he'll send off. He won't send off any details as to what they're doing. He'll just wait for a reply. So as they're moving, whenever we get the return message, then he'll ask if there's anything they need to look out for in the city.
Okay. You get a reply almost in like 10-15 seconds after you finish sending.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Luanda is on it. Also, as you may recall, you are basically Luanda's in to serving on Admiral Ruth's ship. She has to prove herself with all of you. Oh, thank you for the raid, TPK roleplay. Yay!
Ooh, nice. Hey, Raiders.
Welcome. So you get a reply about 10 or 15 seconds later. Let's see, where are we? Thank you for the update. We may have a task for you at Staffney. I will confirm details and reply before you arrive.
Ooh.
All right. And then we can send another message tomorrow, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay. I think we Cassius will turn to the group and be like, how do you guys feel about accepting a potential job when we get there?
Yes.
I mean, it's good to have some allies, and the Federation aren't.
Yeah, unfortunately, in these guys, we have to pick a side.
And we already did.
And we already picked a side, yeah.
I had a friend once who tried to play both sides. His head ended up on a pike. He was impaled, yeah.
Good thing that's not us, right?
Yeah. Steve was a hell of a guy.
Oh, poor Steve.
RP Steve.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Steve.
Yeah, RP. All right.
He kind of deserved it. Let's head out.
Oh, well.
Well,
What?
okay. R.I.P. rescinded.
Rest in pepperoni? We'll go there.
Rest
Got
in
in
pieces.
What's a pepperoni?
It's a delicious salted meat.
Oh God. Like looks over at Vic and is just like,
What? Oh,
is Vic
points
there?
back. Yeah, he's like pointing to the door behind, like that's sealed from Breelith.
I must try this. Pepperoni.
Excellent. All right, so you all wrap up lunch. You've sent the message. You've gotten your reply for today. Are you looking to rest here for the day and/or night, or looking to head out?
I think the crew should rest up before, and then we head out earlier in the morning just to get a good, nice, fresh head start.
Good.
The morning with you people.
So please pause me if any of you have any role play. But I'll say otherwise today. It's about lunchtime, of course, now. So the rest of the evening goes by. You all have this free time that you really haven't had as of late. You've been busy being impaled by gorgons or trying to sneak and steal from Zug's safe and others, making other plans and such. But you have this downtime. You're getting up early, so dinner's served, everyone gets together and has, you know, that pleasant downtime where you can chat and joke and tease Breelith about Shiver Me Timbers a little more and and whatever else. But the crew that night prior is getting everything prepped and ready and stored on the ship down in the port on the below the island, and everyone's able to get a good night's rest unless you have anything you want to do before.
The only thing that Xia would do is knock on Vic's door for his room, because she's had a little bit of trouble sleeping since the vision.
Oh, okay.
And so it's not like a romantic or sexual thing, just like
yeah,
sleeping in his room.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely welcome you in. And he doesn't, it's not even like he has a bed. He has, like, you know, some furs down in a couple areas. He just rolls out another fur for you. Hey,
good night.
Hey, rest well.
Poor Vic.
I think Cassius would work on the project he's been working on for a few months, for a little bit, and then he'd go to sleep.
Nice. All right, you continue working. Ashavar. Oh, what you got, Lisa?
Is the crew still on the ship?
The crew was still on the ship. Yeah, they'll be there for the night.
I'm debating if I want to do something.
Do it.
Do it?
Do the thing.
Yes.
Do the thing.
As everybody's going to bed, because Liazana just needs a trance and she's fine. As everybody's going to bed, she's going to sneak off to the ship.
Okay.
And she knows that they're heading directly to Staffney. And she's going to go into the captain's quarters.
Okay.
And it's anything in our mind, correct?
Yeah, whatever you're thinking of as you open those two French doors, you pull them out. That will take that form.
She is going to envision in her mind her village, her tribe village, as she opens the door, specifically on this very specific day, just before they were attacked.
Okay. You swing the doors open, and the first thing that hits you is the scent of that forest. In that time of year, before you is that scene at that time.
She walks over to her home and kind of just stands there staring at it, not going in, but just standing there and waiting for the attackers to come in. She's looking for somebody in particular.
Oh, right. So you wait, and Ace, you have definitely relived this moment quite a few times in your head. But as the time passes, you see the time of day remains the same as what you summoned, and no one arrives. It's a setting and a place, but unfortunately, we're not being. But I would ask you to roll a D100 for it, please, if you would.
Okay. Huh. 27.
Oh, let's see. Gosh. Yeah, you continue to wait. time does begin to sort of progress, you would expect. You can almost feel your thoughts taking hold here, almost. But it's always just out of reach, just out of your grasp. I feel like perhaps this is something that you could manifest, but you're not. It didn't happen today. You're unsure what didn't click or didn't work. But you feel like if you were to try it again for a day, perhaps you could actually bring forth from your memories something.
Okay. Yeah, after she's been there for a little bit and kind of thought about everything, she'll just kind of claw at she'll kind of crouch down and just kind of feel the dirt under her hands, and she'll just kind of think to herself, I will avenge you. And she'll slowly walk out.
You do, as you turn and you're walking away, you get these little bits and pieces. Again, it's just on the edge of your mental reach as you're reaching out for these memories. You hear, familiar footfalls for a moment. You catch a familiar scent of a loved one. But it's all just passing. Somberly. Head back.
She's going to cry a little bit. She's going to immediately wipe it away because she doesn't want anybody to see her. And she's going to step out and she's going to quickly close the doors behind her.
Liazana? You hear someone approaching up to the gangplank. Is that everything all right?
Oh.
Ash.
Yeah. Everything's good. I was just checking something out before I went to my room for the night.
We have to do something about that diligence of yours, I think. I don't know about you, but sometimes I like to take a bit of a walk or something before I head to bed. It's been nice and tired. You like to join?
Oh, sure. I'll join you.
Oh, all right. Listen, I think you already know about the cave system up here. You can walk on out and look out, stand up on a plateau up the top there, and you can just look out over this whole side of the island.
Sounds good to me.
All right, she pats you, heavily on the back, and has some idle chit chat with you, and just tries, shares a little bit, and tries to get you to know you a little bit. You get a very like a nice, like a sisterly vibe from her. Like she's just excited to be part of the crew and on the ship, and want you to know you. Ooh. All right. Anything else for you, Liazana, before, aside from going to bed after?
I think that was it.
And Ashavar, just to check in, anything for you tonight?
Well, I think during dinner she would probably try to have a bit of a mental conversation with Dragon. But other than that, she's gonna keep working on her weird ass Gorgon horns, still not knowing what she's gonna do with them.
So amazing. Someone brought that up last session too. So, that's right. I was like, what was Ashavar doing? She was working on the horns. Yes, that's right. Awesome. Okay, you continue the intricate carving and detail, and knows that it's coming along smoothly. All right. Well, night passes into morning. It's early morning. I'll say around 5:30 or so. As the crew's awake, they are beginning to load things up onto the last minute things up onto the ship, checking sails, checking ropes, checking all the stuff under Vic's direction. everyone's boarding the ship. Anything you want to take from the house or do before you all board?
Wine, definitely wine.
How many of the 22 remaining bottles would you like to take, Sinister?
All 22.
Perfect. Awesome.
I don't even know why that was a question.
Beautiful. He's, some of you will catch Sinister with the big, sack of one. Jingle glass.
Rhodey and my mage hand going.
Nice. All right, the ship is loaded up. Liazana, where do you want to perch on the ship as you are getting ready to give orders and get the ship underway? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry.
No problem.
She's probably going to be up top of the where the ship's wheel is.
Okay.
Just making sure that everybody's got, what they need and we're getting set.
Right. You found a bit of a freshly born camaraderie with the crew after spending, lunch with them yesterday and putting in all the work of help. But Cassius, of course, with you have been doing that as well, so you also have that bond built up. Yeah. And Cassius, what would you like to be doing? You see Vic sort of, giving deckhand type orders and stocking and preparing and all that. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I think Cassius would go with Ash whenever she's doing like the initial tuning with the ship, just to kind of learn from her.
Okay.
Because she has a lot more experience with ships in general, so he's gonna want to learn a lot from her.
Okay, nice. She has she's up a little bit early. She's got like a whole 3.5 hour thing. So you join her and she's able to show you here's what I've done so far, basically. And a lot of it's really complex, but you're getting the gist of it based on some of the other stuff you've worked on the ship. And all right, Sinister comes on with the wine. Probably, staying out of the sunlight as much as he can.
You people.
Neat. And Ashavar, is there anywhere on the ship that you'd like to be as we're getting ready?
I'm gonna go full nerd here and you know how in one of the Chronicles of Narnia books where they're on the Dawn Treader and Reepicheep has that little spot on the front of the ship where he just kind of hangs out. If there's a spot like that, that's where Ashavar's going to be.
There is now. And all right, after you settle in, you put down your pack, your other items that you want, and you're all set here in your
just kind of humming a little bit, but probably not audible because the wind's just
yeah. Nice. All right, very cool. And Breelith, is there anywhere that you want to be on the ship?
She'd probably go and help with navigation if she can.
Okay.
With the steering, I guess.
All right. You walk up to that upper level, and you see Kip there and Liazana standing awfully close to the levers.
Hey!
Look, levers.
Liazana, Kip, just wondering if I could, help with. Do you need any help? If not, that's fine. I can go and do other things.
Kip looks at Liazana for, permission to give Breelith permission.
Oh, it's Kip. Whatever. If you need help.
All right. Breelith, please. Right.
All right.
This is fun.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Well, you know the procedure. And she kind of
Yeah.
covers over the things to do. Right now, remember, don't take us out too fast. Not until we get at least away from the right. I'll give you the go ahead, and then you can go full blast.
Take it slow on the levers. Got it.
Right. Work them slowly, and then we'll crank it right up towards the end there. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so let's see. And Sinister, you've brought your wine bottles on, but is there anywhere on the ship that you'd like to be so it's getting ready to disembark?
He's gonna do a couple of things. He's gonna find Ashavar's nerd hole and give her the Gorgon viola and say, thanks, it's a nice present, but I have one of my own. And he's gonna go back down to his room where he's going to remember what Brila said and try to pray like his mother taught him in the hopes of maybe connecting with her, or maybe just trying to bless himself even though he doesn't really know how. He just might have seen it somewhere and thought like,
Nice.
all right,
Yeah. Boom, spritz some water. Yeah. Or some wine.
Right.
Yeah.
and then it's gonna make him a little bit sad, and he's like, I miss you, Mom, and even my stupid sister. Miss you too. I bet you she's still alive though. Whatever. And then he's just gonna pray on it, and hopefully it works.
Okay.
Because he's not gonna be up in the daytime walking around on the ship.
Okay. You spent some time in prayer and in thought. It doesn't currently seem to do anything to affect the tattoo. But
I should have paid attention in church.
but if you would roll a D100 for me, see if there's anything.
So many D100s.
I love them for like,
oh goodness,
very rare chance of things decision making.
Okay. Let's see. I guess. No.
Okay. Yeah, nothing
Nope.
currently.
13.
Yeah. Versus. Yeah, yep. Unfortunately, nothing. And
I drank too much communal wine.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, and of course, Xia, as you head down to the ship, is there anywhere that you would like to be on the ship before it disembarks, and anything you'd like to be doing?
I think Xia is probably still in Vic's room at this point, just kind of lying there. Got a lot to think through. Directionality in life is a little out of whack at this point. She might get up at some point though and just go down to one of the lower levels and start mopping.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yes.
She's like, this is some way I can contribute. And it's a mindless enough activity that you kind of just get lost while doing it.
All right. You head down and you find a bucket and a mop, and away you sorry, and away you go. Nice.
And some macaroni in a pot.
In a pot, and you pass the kitchen and see some macaroni in a pot. This is amazing. That's fantastic. Breelith, what would you like to be doing? Where would you like? Oh no, you did the navigation, right? Yeah.
I'm doing the navigation,
Okay.
yeah.
Kip gets you prepared, and looks over, since Liazana's right there. Kip looks to you, with when you're ready, Captain. We'll be underway. You have the bard. Oh, you might be
Sorry.
muted again. Oh, there you go. Company, you all right? Just kidding.
Yes, I'm in the clouds. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Sailor put out.
Hey, all right. Brayleth, take it away.
All right, aye. We'll do. So she will kind of do whatever she needs to do.
Nice. The ship jerks a little bit suddenly in the water. Everyone takes a step, like, whoa. Gonna do oh gosh, what would that even be? I'm gonna say you can breathe. You can either do. Let's do a performance check. performance is in like how you perform in this task.
Yeah, Brilith will say to Kip, "Shiver me timbers, eh, Kip?"
Oh, I.
Okay.
She looks at Liazana like,
Right?
huh, well, I don't. Who told you?
Yeah. Well, check was that, Dan?
Oh, what's that?
What check was that?
I'll say performance. You can do performance or.
Great, that's a 12.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The ship just leaps in the water for a minute and slows back. And the engines die out for a minute. Oh no, it's that, and then that one, Brayleth.
Right.
Remember.
Right.
The song that goes for that, right? Remember which it is?
Right,
Numbers,
exactly.
right.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And she kind of
All right, here we go. Shiver me timbers. This will be it.
This time, arcane hum picks up as the two arcane crystals light up and alight and bring the ship up out of the water. And Kip's a little closer to the levers now, like just in case. All right, now bring us out nice and slow. And remember to take the curve halfway around the island at least before we properly disembark, okay?
Yeah. We just like wave bye to the island and then like get back to like, forget what she was doing
Nice.
for a second.
No. Yeah.
Bye. Oh,
Nice.
sorry.
You hover over the water here and push through the waterfall. So everyone knows, of course, if they don't want to get wet, that they find a little bit of cover for this part as the ship runs through the water, washes away any dust or anything that's accumulated overnight. And out into the fresh morning air. The sun is just barely coming up over the horizon of the Omega Sea. And you take us out, Breelith. You start tipping the ship with its little artificial gravity. You don't feel it, but you can see it compared to the island. You do the loop around. You see racing towards the edge of the island, Gorg, because he now loves to wave to you all as you leave.
Gorg, bye, we'll be back.
Ooh, like the height of the trees, just sort of leaning on a tree.
Breelith's gonna yell back over her shoulder towards where. I'm assuming that the dragon is somewhere on the deck. Wave at Gorg.
It lifts its head up to listen, and then just kind of puts its head back down. Of course, unbeknownst to all of you, Gorg gets a little message in his head of goodbye.
Aww. That's cute. I imagine Sinister's scrambling the bottles. Why?
Blank. Yeah, they're all rolling around the room.
No.
Breelith must be captaining. Must be driving again.
Yeah. Awesome. And Kip gives you the word. All right, pull the lever. It'll take us out of Macaw.
Pull the lever. Got it.
She
will attempt to pull the lever.
Okay. With all the practice, you yoink.
Right.
Yeah, and you can't let Liazana down. Like this was all for something.
Hey, Liazana, remember this? And she'll like pull it.
Kip looks at Liazana like, shiver me timbers. Oh.
God damn it!
Breelith's laughing.
Nice, and the ship, you all feel that acceleration, like an airplane taking off down the runway. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And off you go. Within 15 minutes, you're back in your regular space there. Behind you in the distance, dot Simhazy Isles. You are now underway on a journey all the way up to Staffney Island. Of course, for anyone that doesn't recall, or any viewers that don't recall, that they've discovered that is a city island, and there are some interesting things about Staffney Island that we'll save. Patreon exclusive, got some access to that information, but but that was a lead that Liazana had to a link to her past, a group called the Spectres, So we'll see. We'll see. All right, week 1. You begin your travel. We're gonna advance time a little differently as things go on. I'm gonna tackle this first week though, since that's everyone getting kind of their air sea legs.
Mhm.
And this will give us, some time to process any downtime too. But for that first week, is there anything that any of you all want to do? There's still plenty of meat, plenty of that extra tasty food. And mind you, as one of you mentioned, you can just go to Macaw when you need to collect some meat. And then, whether Brelos would be okay with that or not, we don't know. But there's plenty of food, plenty of clean water, and it's the beginning of a journey. You don't know what you're going to encounter. Y'all have anything you'd like to do?
Brilith would probably, towards the end of that first week, for the first time, and since the dragon hatched, would contact, get out her sending stone to her patron. Okay, all right. A little, even though she's by herself, a little anxious. Hey again. It's me, Brilith. Going to Staffney Isles. Jolene, possibly related to friend, will look out, may divert to Isles afterwards. Bye.
That's awesome. Okay. Let's see. You're gonna get a reply a little bit later, 25 minutes later.
Okay.
Brilith, glad you could make time for me. Do stop by at your leisure. He's not being a full-on asshole, but he's also not being a full. I look forward to your finds.
Nice. Patron possibly upset with me. Got it. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. That's all.
Nice.
She would probably also work with the dragon on just kind of going maybe around the ship and being like, friend, and pointing at everyone friend, don't eat, friend, don't eat. As well as having probably a useless conversation with it of okay, well, so I know you don't want a leash. That was suggested to me, by the way. It wasn't my idea. But yes, I felt the same way. So listen, if we're not going to do a leash, then you will probably want. Unless. I don't want to have to keep you on the ship when we go to places. So if I take you out in cities, you can't eat people, or you can only I'll make sure that you eat, but you're not going to be able to eat people that we see in the city or wherever we go, unless I say, hey, you can eat that. So we good? We clear? Crystal?
I think It wouldn't be an animal handling check. It wouldn't, because it's not, Now
And
it's
she'd
been
probably
born.
she'd probably use speak to, like, she would be like, she'd probably try like speaking with animals with it, and then try thinking the message too,
Okay.
like doing her whole like concentration, like,
It's
squinty look.
Nice. It seems to, just sort of stare back at you as you do speak with animals. As you think these thoughts toward it, I'd ask you to make a persuasion check. That's what it would.
Okay.
Please.
Oh, I was so close to a good one. It's a 7.
Okay. You don't really get, any thoughts back.
Oh,
But...
hey, wait.
Oh. Uh-huh.
I have lucky. I'm going to expend a slot of lucky.
Nice.
Oh no.
No.
Choose which side to use. You can choose this one. I mean, I have 3 of these. Would you allow me to use another one?
Go for it if you want. Yep.
Okay. God.
You got one more.
Nice. Oh my god.
No.
I don't. Okay, so it's a 14 total. It's better, but literally 13 was the highest number I rolled out of 4 rolls.
Oh my gosh. Brutal. All right.
Well-
14.
Should have had me inspire you.
Oh, nice.
Can I give her my die?
Yeah, if you want, go for it.
Oh yeah, we got
That my
dice.
die.
Nice.
She got my
Oh,
die.
it's so sweet.
It's
Is that the
a-
2d8 stand or the d12?
It's a 1d6 because
1d6,
we're level
okay.
4. in
That's
this
fine.
one. Sorry, but it's still
Well, that makes it a, what did I say before? 14?
14.
So it's a 16 total.
okay. All right. You see, the dragon kind of tilt its head this way and that, and you get a very rudimentary acknowledgement. Not an agreement per se, but it's just a rudimentary acknowledgement that you've asked this of the dragon.
Okay. All right.
Mhm,
All
mhm.
right. Okay. I think we're good. Finger gun.
Kind of
Don't
looks,
learn that. That's not something you want to. Even if you could.
It kind of
yeah.
looks away and starts like racing
Okay.
around the deck of the ship.
Okay. Pat. Gonna go and gonna go and do this now.
Okay, nice. Let's see. As the first week goes by, a couple of things. Ash is continuing to just check in with Liazana here and there, and as is the rest of the crew as a whole also seem to be working with, and you start getting some inside jokes there with Cassius and Liazana, as the two of them are working closely with the crew. Every so often you find an empty wine bottle around the ship.
It's so good. It's not that child wine.
Nice. Zia Vic, every so often is just gonna check in unless he gets a vibe that you just don't want him checking in. He's gonna respect that, of course.
I think honestly, Zia is probably going to be going between trying to learn how to navigate, like reading the maps better,
Okay.
and probably just sparring with Vic if Vic is willing,
All about that. He's all
or
about
honestly, if the Guardian is willing to. Not really in the mood for talking.
Oh, okay.
Or
Vic will respect that and just wrestle, but the Guardians also all about that too. They both don't hold back. They both are like.
it would be an
go as far as-
insult. It would be an insult if they did.
But whenever Vic's
And that's
busy...
why Zia didn't ask Cassius.
Nice.
Sorry, Cass.
And Ashavar, at one point as you're up in your nook there, your section up in front, the crew's of course friendly with you as a new person, and Ash is new as well, of course, and being the other new crewmate, she, hops over at one point and she finishes up her duties for the day. It's I don't know, would you still be out there like after dark, like under the moonlight and stuff, or would you be like
Yeah, probably.
took it off one night and just whew, well Ashavar, I don't reckon that this spot on the deck is available, is it?
Oh, plenty of room. Yeah.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that kindly. Oh, she sits down. She again kind of has her sleeves folded up and hair up to stay out of the way behind the horns there, and just sits on. What is it you're working on here?
Oh well, I'm kind of going back and forth with these notes for the translation of that door down in the basement.
What door is that? There's
the and on the island that we just magically can go to. There's the elevator, the bottom level. There's this door.
That's so.
In the carved into the wall, and there's this really old form of celestial that's carved into it, and I've been trying to translate it, but the problem is my brain gets tired pretty easily, so I've been switching back and forth between trying to go over my notes and like tuning this this viola that Sinister gave me really kindly.
Oh, you play?
Yeah.
He's gonna have a scarf on because it's chilly.
Definitely not as well as Sinister, but I played when I was a kid and I kind of kept it up.
So. Woo! Well, I sure could listen to some music. You willing to play a little?
Yeah. She'll take a couple minutes to tune the thing and make sure that it's all in tune and everything. And she'll just start playing probably like a slow song at first, like kind of a, I don't know, like a folk melody sort of.
Okay.
And then eventually like kind of shift into more of like a jaunty sea shanty and kind of just skipping around to different tempos and beats.
Oh, she leans up against the rail of the ship. Whew, nothing helps me relax like sweet music. What's your play me your favorite song, Ashavar? I want to get to know you a little bit better. Kind of mess around. What type of song would be your favorite?
She has to think for a second, but she starts playing something that like starts out really quiet, but like eventually builds up into this really dramatic, epic crescendo thing.
Builds up. Ooh.
And then it kind of tapers off down to back where it began.
Well, that was quite an adventure in that song, Ashavar.
Yeah, I actually wrote it.
You did no such thing. Right.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Ooh, wish I had talent like that.
Well, I don't know. I feel kind of useless around here. I've never worked on a ship before, and most of my talents are not ship related. So.
That's so.
Yeah.
Where do those talents lie?
She kind of she like kind of darts her eyes around a little bit, and she's like, I pretend to tell fortunes and take rich people's money.
That is both devious and beautiful. I love it.
She gets a little excited for a second. She's like, "Watch this," and like after a couple, she like looks really serious for a second. After a couple, like a minute or so, like her eyes start to glow yellow, and like you know, she holds her hands out, and all of a sudden, like no words or motions or anything, this gust of wind just kind of fluffs Ashavar or Ash's head a little bit, hair. Ooh. And she was like, and then she, you know, dies it down. It's like, you know, couple little tricks up my sleeve that convince people that you know, their dead loved ones are talking to them, or yeah, I don't use it on, like, if somebody comes in and they don't have a lot of coin to their name, I don't do that. Sure. It's mostly the snotty rich people who walk around seeing all the poor people and just not doing anything about it. So sure. I feel like it's justified.
Certainly, and boy, that'll help sell it. That is, you are an interesting individual, Ashavar. I'm gonna have to get to know you better.
Oh, thanks. Thanks.
Pleasure's mine. Well, I'm gonna go grab myself a late dinner. Don't suppose you're hungry at all?
Yeah, actually, I could eat. I can usually eat.
Right. Well, let's go then. Gets up and holds out a hand to help you up off the, if you're sitting.
Oh, she'll take her hand and climb down, you know, making sure not to trip on her dress and fall on her butt.
Nice. Awesome. Okay. And so go with the first week of travel. Just near the end of the first week. Around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You've all become accustomed to flight through the skies here. You know, roughly, you know, cloud formations, they're usually in these just vast areas. Sometimes there's a little puff of a cloud here and there, but for the most part, they're all collective in groupings. But you see a very, not very suspicious, but a somewhat suspicious cloud bank that is floating through. Oops, sorry. Hey, thanks for the raid. Yay! My tabletop anthologies. Ooh, nice. You see this cloud bank, large, mind you, but not. It's denser, and it seems to be much more stationary than a lot of other clouds are. It's moving, but slowly. So I would say that anyone usually up on the deck would see it. So at least Liazana and Cassius, about 3 in the afternoon.
I'm inclined to say that, you know, he's not going to stay all day down there. I'd say Sinister would spend most of his time, you know, jack of all trades, just farting around, talking to everybody, playing music.
Nice.
You know, and he probably would be tired of drinking wine down in his room alone. So he's going to stretch his legs. And he's going to try levitation and try to go up to the crow's nest.
Ooh, okay.
It's something they haven't seen before, and he's just going to do it with flourish, like, look at this.
Nice. Yeah, you begin to do that, and thankfully the artificial gravity that kind of clings everything to the ship remains, so you don't fall past it. You do go up.
And he can kind of cling onto ropes and pull himself up, too.
Ah, nice.
Pull himself up.
Mm-hmm.
Ta-da! And hopefully somebody saw him, and he's going to be like, clap.
Charles, he's already clapping. That was amazing.
I know.
Can I can do that.
Yeah, you can.
And he tries to. And after a couple tries, he levitates like 5 feet. Whoa. No, this is scary. And he goes back down to the deck.
Yay.
Woo. That is incredible. So you're up in the crow's nest as you kind of hear a little bit of, you hear Vic shout at least. Captain, sir, says to Liazana and Cassius, there's something out there. I can't say that I've seen that before, but it doesn't look natural. Just off the bow there. It's that cloud bank. It's moving a bit too slow for clouds, don't you think?
Cassius will go look at it.
Okay, you take a look, and you do, I guess, make a perception check, because you've also, more so, I think, than some of the others have done a lot of traveling on these arcane airships.
Okay. You think we need to maneuver away from this thing?
Or at least get a closer look through a spyglass. I think Ash was saying that she had Ash. He kind of barks over as Ash is coming up from below decks. She comes over. Oh, right. Well, what is it? And she looks at you, Cassius.
Okay, you take a closer look at that cloud, and he'll point at it.
It seems like a ornery looking cloud. It's sort of dense. And she pulls out of her pack a spyglass and, uses the telescopic feature to open it up and peers through. Oh, no, I know what that is. I mean, it is a cloud, but, well, didn't think I'd come across one myself. So, good news and bad news.
Hit us with the bad news first.
Right. That is home to cloud giants. That's a city flying within a cloud full of cloud giants.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that could be bad news. Now, they're not bad by nature, is part of the good news. I guess there's more bad news that comes with that.
What's the other part of the bad news?
Well, I mean, they tend to be fine folks, right? At least not collectively bad ahead of time, right? There's good and bad among them. But we're probably gonna have to go if they caught sight of us. Then part of their whole custom is we're gonna need to give a proper hello. We can't just keep flying off. If we attempt to fly away, then they may see that as a slight. And I don't think we want that.
Yeah, we definitely don't want that.
But again, typically, I mean, it's a whole city, right? It's not going to be some city full of evil folk, let's hope. Typically, they're just a mixed bag like the rest of us.
Have you met a storm giant before?
I have had the pleasure and displeasure of meeting two storm giants. One was just quite all right. The other was quite not. But when they're kind, they're kind. They find themselves to be just the very best among giants, so they're a little bit smug when it comes to that. But they're intelligent folk and rich culture of all sorts of things. I have to admit, part of me is a bit interested in seeing, that their city. At least they have ports. You see, they have ports they had on the edge of the city within that cloud. Now, if we were to navigate a little closer, I'm sure we could.
Another question that I have, real quick, Ash. Are they part of the Federation, and will we need papers?
Oh, no, they are their own entity entirely. That city floats around. I'm so curious about the actual means of navigation, but the whole city is powered through different forms of magic and navigator. You can believe that. The whole damn city.
Ooh. I actually really want to go.
Right?
Yes.
Am
So
I within
Liazana, how
earshot,
do you...
Sol?
You should be here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if y'all walked off.
Sorry.
No.
Captain? She's looking at Cassius now, like.
Man, I don't know.
Well, oh, I'm sorry.
You say some of them might be tricky to talk to. That's a little nerve-wracking.
At a minimum, to be safe, we'll need to at least, give a proper hello, a doc, and an acknowledgement that, a greeting to who we are and all that. And then we can leave. I mean, they're just like regular folk like us. Some are easier to talk to than others.
So it's just like dealing with, normal folk. Only they're a lot bigger than us.
Right.
Okay. I think we should go. What do you think?
I think we need to have a backup plan if we're gonna go.
Backup plan as in what do you need? What do you mean?
I mean, if things get hairy, we need to board the ship, board the ship, go into stealth mode, and get out of here.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's always the getaway plan for sure. But I think Ash has a point. We don't want to have this be a slight, and I don't think this will take too much of our time. Probably like a day at most. But I think we should at least make an appearance. And then, like you said, if things go wrong, we haul ass. I don't think everybody should leave the ship. I think it should just be the core group. And then we keep everybody else on the ship just to be sure.
I mean, if you want to, Ash is trying to.
Oh, Ash, of course. Yeah, we're gonna need Ash, of course, because she just told us everything we needed to know. We don't want to leave you behind. But
You're
like,
culturally
people who aren't mission essential shouldn't go. Yeah, we should probably
playing loudly from up there. By the way,
You hear the sounds echoing down. Nice.
Now, with docking at port, do you think we should keep the engine running at least, Ash, or what do you think?
I don't think it would hurt. This is I think our first time collectively going through here. It can't hurt to have that up and running, ready to go. I don't think they're going to hold that against us.
Okay. But I think we should also run this by the others. But I say, like, just based off what you said, if they held it as a slight, we don't want to make more enemies. Like, we don't currently. I don't think we have any, but we don't want to make any. So, what do you think, Liazana?
Oh, I agree. I say we just try to make it quick if we can.
Okay. You know what? Let's go get everybody. Ash, could you go like opposite of me and we kind of round up everybody to make this quick?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then Cassius will go in the opposite direction of Ash, and we'll just corral everyone else up.
Okay. Neat. You do. So quick, someone calls down Sinister and Ashavar.
I didn't think about how to get back down.
Nice. Sweet.
So probably like laser light show, hair flying, getting into the music.
Nice. Awesome.
Yes.
Can you levitate back down like in an epic descent of rock and roll?
Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a once a day spell.
Oh. Nice.
So I'm probably gonna have to dex it down, acrobatics or something.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. Go ahead and make well, I guess it's just straight up climbing down. So there'd be rope there too. So you could do acrobatics or athletics. Everyone else, you're collected and gathered on the deck of the ship, the front part of the upper deck.
Ooh.
I mean, you make it down without.
It's a 10.
You remember that the little monkey game where they hold on to one another? You can put it what? Yeah. So you go down through the ropes, foot caught, arm caught, foot caught. Yeah.
And then when I get down, flourish.
Nice. Jacket out behind you. Yeah, perfect. Roadie's like this, waving the back of your jacket to look extra cool in the wind.
Clap.
Nice. Charles is just like in awe. Right, everyone's gathered. You see this in the distance.
Okay, everyone, and Cassius will point over to the cloud. Don't be alarmed. That isn't an actual cloud, it's a city, correct, Ash?
Right. Of cloud giants.
Of cloud giants.
Oh, giants.
Surprise!
Yep. We're gonna go there. Not for long, probably a day. Yes, Xia,
Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
you're muted.
What's a cloud giant?
Yes, what is that?
Ash, if you could take it away.
Oh, well, sure. Well, it's a giant. They live in the clouds. And let me see if I have in my notes. And I will quickly pull up an image for you that she will have.
When you say giant, like, do you mean like
Like
Oh,
like Gorg.
giant or like giant?
Like Gorg, right? But different?
right. Well, they're much more humanoid in your typical sense. You know, Gorg's a bit on that beefy, rotund size. These folks are they have beautiful wispy hair, and they're big, and fairly strong. They have a lot of history in these parts, and they're all about music and
Sophisticated.
right.
One
Lot of
final
culture.
question.
Right.
If so, like, if I stick my hand into one, will it go through like a cloud?
No.
No,
Don't
I'm
touch
afraid
them.
no.
Oh, okay.
They're
Don't go
so
around
cool.
touching folk.
Nice.
Without their permission, of course. Don't do that.
Right,
please.
right.
But I mean, I feel like that's give me.
As
Okay,
permission.
so we're going for a day?
Just
Ooh,
to
please.
just to kind of let them know of our presence, and because according to Ash, they could take it as a slight, and I don't want to make any enemies, especially just make this trip as simple as possible.
Sounds
So
good.
remember the lessons from breakfast. We have to exude professionalism and like we know what we're talking about.
Always.
That's awesome. All
Yes.
right. And Kip's sort of, up in navigation, kind of waiting, for a go ahead, like. All right, here we go to the giant island. That's a city of cloud giants. Sure. All right, here we go.
Do
And,
we know this island's name?
Ash,
Well, geez, I just have no idea. I know that
great.
they're here and there. I mean, I've met some, but never on an island. I've heard some of the principles we understand are from Cloud Giant Islands, but the whole thing flies with magic, and the whole island is steered and shipped and everything. Just with it's incredible. I just what an opportunity.
Well, that's great. We're going to have to need some people who are capable of finesse.
I mean, I feel like a lot of this can probably just be run over with diplomacy, just based off what Ash said. Like they have a society, people got to be reasonable.
We
And
are
I feel
rolling.
like-
We're rolling up on them, and we don't even know the island's name or the type of people we're running into.
But who's
or-
to say we couldn't just learn it from them? Because instead of feigning ignorance, we genuinely want to find out.
Pretty good at asking things nicely.
Yeah.
Well, that always works well. And I'm a celebrity. They can always trust me.
They
So-
do appreciate the arts in Astaire. So I
great.
think they'll
See?
appreciate what you can offer.
Would
Oh,
you want to
well,
pass up going to a city with
You
tons
Ashavar.
and tons of gigantic fans, literally gigantic fans?
You had me at fans.
There you go.
Right. And Kip steers the ship, hard to make direct over to the cloud. And as you begin passing by along the edge of the cloud, you're close enough where you can see through the edge of the cloud. And you do see this the very end of a dock. Kip begins spinning the wheel and initiating the docking procedure to ride in. You see, if you look over the right side of the ship now, you're running a parallel alongside a very long wooden dock. But before you was just cloud parting left and right. You're just heading into the density of this cloud until you reach a certain point where it opens up, and before you can see the inside of this cloud. It's this sprawling, huge city with towering buildings and with a whole different, very unique design. It looks, things are, very opulent here as well. You pull in, you see another ship about 2.5 times the size of your ship is docked. The only other ship docked here at the docks. As you pull into port, ship comes to a standstill, engine still running. I think that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Nice.
Cloud Giants. Yeah. Awesome. Wow, whew.
I'm actually
Does
scared
that
of
mean
this.
we're gonna meet the green giant?
Yeah. That's where he's been. Awesome.
He's back, and he's not all jolly.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
The content green giant.
Payback.
He's doing okay.
I'm just all right now. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, sweet. All right, so amazing game tonight, everyone. Bravo, brava, fantastic.
Champion.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. No, this is so fun. And what a journey. I love how you're all able to get so much done, but still like have so much fun and fluff and everything in with it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, Raiders, tonight for joining us. We put our Discord link in the channel there. Consider joining us. We have an awesome community there with lots of fun and some other stuff that ties in. Now, for the new folks, I'm going to bring up our schedule here. We have a boatload of D&D content, as you can see, most of it in that 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. time slot, Eastern, all across the week. And on Saturdays here, just before this, an Extremis here, our campaign, there's another D&D campaign, 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern. Every Tuesday between 2 and 4 Eastern, you can catch Dungeon Craft with Steph here and Vic. And they paint minis and do tile work for the campaigns that they run. Steph runs The Forsaken, and Vic runs The Obsidian Scar. Every Friday, noon to 3 p.m. Eastern, you can catch Steph with Mad Art with Steph. Where, again, if you're a member of the Discord, outside of all the fun and support and all the other stuff there, you can put in requests for fan art from across the different campaigns. And Steph puts it all into a poll that we get to vote on. And then she draws it every Friday. Yay! And then every Sunday, 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern, is Madbird Plays board games run by Vic. She has different folks on each week from across our community, and it's different tabletop games. And it's super chill. It's on hiatus still, but we're getting closer to fixing the hardware problems that are preventing us from running it. We also recently started a Patreon in November. And if you support us here, or you're looking to support us, we like to mention Patreon because it's the same cost. With a $5 tier on Patreon, of course, is the same as Twitch. But we can give you a little more back on Patreon, and a little more goes to us as well. And as you can see, there's a bunch of other fun things along with the different tiers that we can offer you. Lots of fun. All right. So with that, we're going to go raid our friends at Blackwater D&D, another amazing channel. And thank you again, Raiders. It's so great to have you here. And we really appreciate the raids and the support and just the fun having you in chat. Yeah. So we'll give our friends here a raid. Please consider giving a Caw Madbird raid to show them support and branding. You've been watching An Extremis, our Saturday night D&D campaign. Catch us again next week when we find out what's going on this Cloud Giant Island. Catch you all soon. Thank you. Have a great night. Bye.